Music?
Oh, yeah, I don't hear the music.
Where's the music at, guys?
For real.
The music.
Oh,
Oh, what?
it does sound hello, huh?
Dude, I don't even hear the music. What?
Can you hear now?
Nope.
No.
Don't hear
No?
nothing.
Oh, so now you can hear the music and I
Now
can't.
I can hear
No,
it.
we can't.
Wow.
You guys can't hear it?
Wow.
Oh, so you guys were waiting on me?
Yeah.
That's what's
Oh,
up.
damn.
Okay,
Wow,
well,
sorry about that, man.
Well, just like that, we always have issues going on. What's up, guys? Another episode of Preferences and References. Demonic here. We got Z over here at the master control. Well, technically I'm the master control, but he has a laptop. We got Einstein in the building.
Hello, hello. We back here.
I hope you guys enjoy this episode. Obviously, the topic is nuclear war. And for those that are, again, listening to this post live, this was a live episode on both YouTube, Twitch, and of course, the Wisdom app. Today, I want to start off with something light. Okay. The news, as always, rotate around the idea of a
Wait.
possible nuclear war, dude.
You hear now?
There it goes.
Yeah. What did you have? What did you have?
It was muted.
So there was no music to begin with?
I heard the music.
If you heard it, everyone else heard it. So we good.
What's up, guys?
Oh,
and just
there we
like
go.
that, there you go. There's the music.
Well, there we go. Okay, so now we got that going. Let's really talk about what would happen.
It's gonna be a random, like, just like can opening as the intro.
Dude, I know. Well, okay. Here's what happened. I saw a video of the New York City preparation for nuclear war.
I told you this.
The one where she's
Yeah,
with
I
the
told
one,
you this.
the
You
one,
told me this.
the one where she's like, "We got this, New York.
We
or
got
whatever.
this. Yeah. And she walks away going, she's like speed walking to like a near shelter.
Like,
She's
right?
like, all right, guys. You know, the interesting thing about the idea of nuclear war is that nobody's really prepared for it. But if you look at like some of the recent, there's some recent headlines that you could probably find that showcase that not only does Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates own some maximum security bunkers that are about like what 6 to 7 feet underground, but nobody else has the access to be able to protect themselves from a nuclear catastrophe. Of course, the army and other people probably have contingency plans for those that are really important to society. Wink, wink, quote, quote.
Have you heard
those
Tulsi
people are
Gabbard?
protected-
Have you heard Tulsi Gabbard's like interview with Joe Rogan yet on the whole nuclear war? And all
No,
that?
but I know that there's also these bunkers that you can find if you look at like the world's most expensive bunkers and Google that or YouTube that. There's videos out that were like, I don't know, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. And those were state of the art, like water, like cleaning facilities, solar powered. They had it on private, like
Bro,
mercenaries.
homeboy knows what he's doing for real, man. Dang.
I'm telling you, dude, I want to get him on, but until he wants to do it, I can't force him.
I can do it. Show them.
So what we're
I'll do
doing
it.
too, as we're opening up this discussion, we're also uploading some pictures. So for those that are following us on Instagram, you'll see some crispy photos of what we're drinking today. Why don't we start with that before we go any further into the idea of nuclear war? Because I don't want to upset.
All right,
guys- I
well,
wanna get you
because
guys
we don't
distracted.
have Void and we haven't had Void for the longest time, we are drinking Estrella Jalisco Micheladas.
Yes.
We have chamoy and mango.
Mm-hmm.
These are the go-to Pref and Ref podcast approved,
brewed here in Cali.
brewed here in Cali,
Yeah.
made with Clamato.
Down the street from here, actually.
We cannot confirm or deny that because if they look it up, they're gonna be able to know where to bomb us.
That's true.
Yeah, but no, bro, check it out. So Tulsi Gabbard's interview on Joe Rogan, and then she has her own podcast also. And like, bro, it's like why can't we get her as president for real? It's like, bro, the way she attacked Kamala Harris, the way she like talks about nuclear war, like that's like the only Democrat I think I would ever vote for.
The only one. Okay,
Yeah, because this is one that talks common sense, common knowledge.
that's a very strong thing to say, but okay, I get it. Why don't we go into the idea? First of all, if nuclear war were to start, who do you think would start it first?
I dropped my little ring.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Aw.
where was it? Like,
I don't know. I found a little like 3-cent plastic skull ring that I was wearing all day, and now it's gone. Anyways, okay, sorry, go ahead. Say it
Can I
again.
say my theory?
go.
No,
What do you
ask a
think?
question. I forgot.
Go for
The,
it.
the question: if nuclear war were to start, before we talk about the contingencies, what plans are already in place, how we expect some people to survive,
Another one?
how do we expect people not to
Damn,
survive?
bro.
We should also think about who would start it. Let's start it there, and then what are the ramifications? We can talk about that in a bit. But who would start it?
Who was started? Okay, you wanted to go first,
What's
right?
more
Einstein?
likely?
Go for it.
I based on how things are right now, the how everything looks pretty escalated at this point. I think it's pretty safe to say that most likely Russia's probably going to be the one that will initiate it. That is if if Ukraine doesn't use some sort of dirty tactic. Because right now it looks like what Ukraine is trying to do right now is they were initially trying to use a dirty bomb, meaning they were trying to implement some sort of, you could say, a dirty trick to make it seem like Russia bombed them, but in reality they didn't. They bombed themselves just for NATO or the US to kick in.
Not that long ago, supposedly, I don't know if you guys saw that pipeline that supposedly was bombed.
There you go.
And like they're
just trying to escalate stuff.
Right.
I mean, Russia was like, all right, cool, we'll fix it, and then
right. Let's bomb our. Well, I'm not saying that it was them, but theory is like, okay, Europe needs our oil. Hey, guess what? No more Europe. No more oil for you guys.
We're obviously experts on the subject, so.
Oh, no, I have a PhD.
But do you think, okay, regardless of like Putin's and other people's health,
dictionary,
do you think that they would be willing to use it if they got pushed to the limit?
Definitely.
I feel like yes,
bro.
Not the biggest one they have, but most likely a nuke just to tell them like, yo, chill out. We're the ones who's in charge here.
Do you think other countries would take it as an opportunity to start launching theirs too? Because I mean, we're only considering the fact, what if they launch it to Ukraine or?
Well, I mean, if you think about it, like the only ones that really do have any nukes that are worth, talking about are basically just Russia, and I think
North Korea has a few.
Yeah, but they're not like.
They're tactical nukes.
They're ancient type.
So they're
yeah,
older.
But they're not like they're more like, those are like the close ones. Those aren't gonna hit us. Those are
they're gonna hit BTS.
I know, right?
We don't want that to happen. But
they're gonna hit right across.
Jesus, as they're doing their new.
They'll probably hit
video.
Japan, and that's when
Right. If anything, I feel then like they'll just attack.
I wish I would have done. I have some research done, but not on this piece of it because I didn't think about going into this idea. But I wonder. I know we have U.S. like bases in Japan. I'm sure we have our own ways to like stop nukes.
Bro, we have like U.S. bases, U.S. embassies, like basically everywhere.
Yeah.
Name a place we don't have one in. That's hard.
Oh, Russia.
We have an embassy in Russia.
Oh, that's right. I thought you meant U.S. bases.
Well, U.S. bases and embassies, like
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Think about.
Oh, you know what? I lied. What is it? Where did Afghanistan? Where
Iran probably.
Yeah, where our homie Biden recently took us out and they took over, and left those billions of dollars of planes and stuff.
Well, if you got to make a contingency for the future, you need a reason to come back. You leave your shirt there. You're like, hey, you know what? I need my shirt back.
Bro, that meme where they're like, we're like the same people that are running the government spent 20 years getting rid of ISIS to put ISIS back in.
That's true. Have you ever seen the show called Future Weapons?
I have not.
No. Future Weapons goes over all the different DARPA weapons that are available to talk about. Like there's this heat ray. Mm-hmm. So if like there's a bunch of people standing in a line, you park the car and over 100 feet away, it can target them with extreme heat, so they feel like their skin is burning.
Yep. That's how the Future Weapons episode.
But that's what I'm talking about. Future Weapons. So this weapon itself, though, it's a really old one. So it's not even.
I remember watching that as I was a kid.
And we're like, wow, dude. But they're willing to show that because they already have more advanced weapons.
That just makes you extremely uncomfortable. The one they have now probably just like cooks your insides like in the.
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So we're talking about like, man, if they go to war, everyone's talking about like how America's gonna have a hard time. Like but. You're imagining they're going to be fighting with rifles and drones, but they have technology way more advanced than that.
Okay, so I can confidently say that if we were to go to war with anybody, we are safe-ish here in the United States, right? Because our missile defense system is just like top notch, right? We have good defenses,
but
right?
a nuke would still detonate, but it just maybe won't detonate on us. It'll detonate in the middle of the ocean or something.
Right? No, it's
which would ruin us either way.
Right? No, it's still the fallout, all that. It's still gonna be catastrophes, right? It's still gonna be bad. But I'm just saying, like, if you try to attack us in our homeland, bro, you're not getting in.
But doesn't the president have his own like contingency? So whoever is the president at that moment, if the war starts, even from back in like John F. Kennedy's time. If a war would have started with Cuba or Russia at that point, they had a place to put him, like an underground bunker, and
there is special locations for top ranking members in the White House. So there is that. Like there is, where is it at? Nobody knows. But there is like special rooms, special hideouts. Like they have the in case anything happens. So I believe in case anything happens, the president, the speaker, and the vice president. Sorry, the president, the vice president, and the speaker all go to three separate different locations. They're not in a single room together because if something were to happen there, you basically cut off the head of the United States, and that's why they have the designated survivor is like, I don't know, like 50 miles away somewhere else.
But you wonder, because the president doesn't really have a lot of power. Would you really want Biden to survive it? So he's like, I think you should put some pudding.
Bro,
in the
nobody thinks that the elites should survive, but the elites think they should survive. So,
oh yeah, that's why they're elites.
yeah, that's why. So we don't like. Okay, if there's a nuke going on, like, homeboy, no, like, save me, screw
But
you.
one of the things that people say they're eager to go to war, some people say it's because they don't care about human life, which is possible. I mean, it's obviously true, but on the upside of that, they also have weapons ready that they've been wanting to use for years, dude. They have all this technology that they're sitting on, all these type of rifles that we've never seen, some probably some lightsabers, some exoskeletons. They have all this stuff that's just sitting that they're making for war, and they've never had a chance to use it, and they want to. Like, one of the things we know for a fact that they took a lot of information back from when Russia was attacking Ukraine. They figured out how ancient their techniques for war are.
Oh yeah.
Like, they found out how their tanks are all old, and
yeah.
they don't have structure when they go into places. So
Yeah.
that showed US we shouldn't be too afraid of them. All they have left is the tactical nukes, which a lot of them we can probably destroy before they get here.
Even the CIA, they have made some pretty bizarre weapons. Back in, what was it, 1975? Yeah, 1975. The CIA, they officially announced. What do you guys think that is? I'm showing these guys the photo of this.
Is that a laser gun? What is that?
What do you think that is? Don't just look at the photo. What do you think that is?
I'm trying to look at the photo.
Yeah,
You
look at
moved
the
it
photo.
away.
That looks like Han Solo's gun, which was a laser.
Okay,
That's the CIA in 1975, showing
Okay,
it to the public.
it does look like a laser weapon.
So this gun, if you point it to someone, okay, with this gun,
they get cancer.
You get a heart attack.
What?
Instantly. Yeah.
Get out of here, dude.
This is called the heart attack gun. That's the CIA.
Okay, let me read this first part. The heart attack gun fired a dart made of frozen shellfish toxin that would enter the target's bloodstream and kill them in mere minutes without leaving a trace. This is some James Bond stuff, dude.
I know, it's crazy, and this was in 1975. Now imagine now in 2020.
Now I see. I also remember an episode of Future. I remember an episode of Future Weapons where there was you probably have seen it too, where they have these lights that's red and blue and orange, whatever. Like they go into a room just flashing these lights in different sequences, and it basically nauseates you to the point where you just can't even stand up.
Yeah,
dude, the shit that we have,
But again, those secret weapons some of them are fake. I know that there was Reddit threads that went through it, and these are just concepts that aren't really work. It's like the guy that does the kung fu where they push you and the person just falls.
Bro, I just love how, bro, not that long ago, the United States government was like, hey, check out this Dorito shaped stealth bomber we have. Check it out, bro. That thing was 30 years old after they finally showed it.
The interesting thing about those future weapons, or that show specifically, or shows like that go over the DARPA initiated weapons of war, is that a lot of those weapons again are either extremely old, they've already tested and have way better versions of it. They're showing you the Mark 1 of the Iron Man suit when they have the Mark 20. There's that, and then there's another part of it where they're just exaggerating because they're concepts and they're making it seem like it works. So there's two parts to it, which is, we know that during World War II, the CIA and FBI and other branches of the military combined on a joint operation, and in order to scare the Germans, they would have these fake tanks out in the battlefield that were basically just like a big jumping house that was all colored and made it look like a tank in order to scare the Germans, to make them think that they have more tanks on the battlefield than they actually did. So if they're willing to do that kind of trickery back then, there's no wonder, one can wonder what kind of trickery they're willing to do now in order to hide or amplify the numbers or capacity or capabilities that they really have. But to some degree, you have to agree that if we spend that much money on military, then there has to be some weapons that we have.
No, bro, like I said, bro, we probably have flying saucers. We probably have
I'm pretty sure we can create something like that.
Isn't that what they say though? That a lot of the U.S. Navy, the Air Force pilots, the reason why they don't like the fact that there's things flying out there and that no one's paying attention to it. But one part says that there's a possibility that most of those are U.S. weapons.
I believe it.
That they just have to keep quiet on. That's why nobody's freaking out about it. But who knows?
I mean, I believe it because like they are saying stuff out there that they see stuff, they find stuff, and what does U.S. government do? Like, oh, like we're gonna investigate it. Oh, it was a paper bag. It was a seagull flying at Mach 10.
But we know also that the CIA and FBI were willing to investigate things like mushrooms and acid and how it works on mind control. So all that stuff that they said about the Germans and the Russians willing to do like magic rituals to come up with weapons and zombies are things that we would most likely be willing to do and have done in the past. So imagine, hopefully it never comes to that. But we talked about this a long time ago when the pandemic was ending or when we were still in it in like full space. And we talked about how there's most likely going to be a war after this.
Oh, yeah.
It hasn't happened.
But it could happen.
But it looks like it's going to at some point.
Well, I mean, it's happening. That's for sure. But it could be that many parts don't get affected by it, only economy-wise. So that's one thing.
Yeah.
Like if you look at World War I and II, literally nothing happened here in the U.S. Everything happened, recessions happened like that, but we didn't get nuked. We didn't have warfare happening here in the streets.
Yeah, it was never happened on our soil.
I mean, to be like, let's be frank, all right? We didn't get nuked because we were the nukes.
That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
it's like it could be that nothing happens here again in the U.S.
No, like I said,
It
I
could
don't
be that we get nuked.
No.
But we
So
don't know.
I'm basically like I'm saying, the only thing that's gonna happen here is like homeland acts of terrorism. That's basically like the only thing that's gonna happen here.
Oh yeah.
Another country cannot attack the United States because it will not be able to attack us. Period. Right? Canada ain't gonna do shit. All right.
Mexico
Mexico
either.
isn't gonna do shit either. Right?
Yeah.
You know, so like you can't physically attack the United States. It's not
Yeah.
gonna happen. The only way you can attack the United States is if, like I said, like
By
you do,
ruining it.
Yeah, you attack it from the inside,
Hmm.
Yeah.
right? You radicalize whoever you got to radicalize in the inside, and they do your dirty work.
And China needs to hire you as their general. They're like,
See, like right now,
Like you can have a Chinese spy, you know,
make
in
Tik-
the
you make
one of the
TikTok 2.0.
right. You can have a Chinese spy, and like Eric Swalwell is right there, freaking like sleeping with her, and But anyways, yeah. So yeah, no, it ain't gonna happen. But like I'm saying, if they try to nuke us, like I said, I think our defense system is good enough that it's not going to hit us, but the damage on the air, that's what's going to affect us. So not necessarily, I don't think a bomb will detonate in U.S. soil, but it probably could happen up in the air.
You know that there's videos. I'm sure you've seen it, right, French? About those nuclear bombs if they were to detonate. They have all these like comparison videos of like the Hiroshima one, Nagasaki, those the Fat Boy and
the Fat Boy, yeah, and then into the we call it Tsar bomb.
The Russian tested one
back when 19 something. I forgot what year it was.
So if some of those like tactical nuclear weapons were beheading our way, we could stop some of them because they're ancient.
Oh yeah.
The new ones that they have though, those could probably hit.
Like the ones in the
there is
submarines. Those would be hard.
There's one that
And
Russia,
we have the most submarines.
I think there was one that Russia was testing out. And I think they called it like it was something named
Armageddon.
like something like that. It was like no, it was like
no, that's what it's called.
no, yeah, it's something like that.
Yeah.
It's legit like a name. It's called like
They called it in
Satan
English.
something like no, like it's like the translation is like saying something. He'll look it up, but
So right now,
and it's like like fast as shit. I don't know.
So Russia right now they have a submarine the submarine's called the Armageddon, and that submarine holds the biggest nuclear missile that Russia has, and they had that specific submarine on dock. It always sat there, just chilled there for the longest, and miraculously, like probably a couple weeks ago, almost a month, it just disappeared. No one knows where the hell it is. No one knows.
Oh,
where
someone
it went.
knows where it's at.
I
I bet you the army knows where it's at, but they're just like, oh, we don't know what happened to it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like
We lost track of it.
as we send our our AI freaking dolphins right there.
So
there's a freaking shark with a freaking laser beam.
So they're speculating that right now that submarine, it could be potentially in some parts close to Japan, but not really in Japan, like close to close to that area, but they don't know where it's at. And the officials are not saying where it's at because apparently they're saying that they can't even track it down.
I wouldn't want to give the military too much credit because I know that they mess up a lot.
Oh yeah,
because they don't want to share information with each other, which is really stupid.
Oh no, definitely. You don't they don't share.
I feel like very few, partly like the generals know, and they're just keeping them.
They still don't think that the Space Force is a real like branch.
There you go.
Well, they say that, but then you have Darth Vader sitting on the throne breathing.
I've seen some videos of what they do. So basically, right now the Space Force is the first line of defense on a missile attack on the United States.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah. So
have you seen those memes about the guy with the potato?
Yeah.
No, I have
tinfoil?
not. I haven't seen that one, but yeah. So I saw a video. On basically, I started kind of reading up, like not reading up, but doing a little bit of investigation on what they do. And yeah,
Mhm.
apparently the Space Force is now tasked with like air defense systems and stuff
like
like that.
asteroids. If an asteroid hits, the
No,
Earth.
like yeah, well that right there, but also like
Missiles,
like
incoming
and stuff like
missiles.
that. Yeah, so like if they
shit.
fire missiles
Okay.
at us, the Space Force is the one that intercepts, is the one that calls the shots and stuff like that. So they're
Damn.
they actually took over that area now.
Dude, I
Wow.
hate the fact. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
Our
I wouldn't call it
military-
Space Force either.
Our military is the most anxious military that exists in the
I would
world.
call it Star Force.
Star Wars. They're the most anxious military that exists in the world. So we remember back in like the time that JFK was like planning to, was dealing with the Cuban Missile Crisis. The military wanted to go to war so bad. Remember, this is the Operation Northwoods, right?
Right.
Well, during that time, we know that
Wait, which is operation that they sent?
Northwinds were
The horses.
horses.
Yeah, where they invaded Cuba, and they were on horses.
Oh, that's the Bay of Pigs, no?
Oh, is it Baby Pigs?
Wait a minute. I looked up the Operation Northwinds because I wanted to
keep
talk-
on.
Oh, Northwoods. Northwoods was all about being able to set it up so that the American public would be okay with the idea of going to war and storming Cuba. So they were setting up all these false flag operations in order to get that to happen. And we know that the even back then, the military generals were so ready to go to war because they were so anxious. They were so paranoid that, hey, they're going to attack us, which at the end of the day, that we find out that they did have nukes. So they weren't wrong.
I could be wrong, but weren't they planning on doing a false flag in like a major city and blaming it on the Cubans?
Yeah, because that way they could get the favor of the American public to go to
Right.
war.
That was their main issue. They were like, we need to get them on our side because the public didn't want to go to war.
Yeah.
It's basically like the power hungry, war hungry people in power.
I don't like that they're doing that, but they caused like someone is negative, say nobody wants to be around me, and eventually nobody does because you're making it happen.
Yep.
The way they're saying that they have nuclear weapons, they're saying this so much that eventually they do create their own, and maybe they're not wrong 100%, but we know that they said Cuba had nuclear warheads pointing at the U.S. At that point, nobody.
Well, I mean, they actually did though, because
but that's my point. Nobody believed them because the
until
generals
they actually finally took pictures.
right, and sometimes they lie. Obviously, like the weapons of mass destruction they had in it was not a thing. So sometimes it's hard because they say the
You mean
truth
the oil
sometimes.
or the poppy seeds?
Right.
Those are the weapons of mass destruction, right?
Exactly. So sometimes you don't know what to believe from the military's mouth because some of the times they're right, but a lot of times they exaggerate or lie in order to do something else. So in that case, in the Cuban Missile Crisis, they were right. There was nuclear weapons there, and they were getting ready to use it. But they were getting ready to use it because they felt the pressure from America.
It's basically they're like an Eminem song where they take a little truth and like to get the point across, they make it like
they Dr. Seuss it.
Yeah,
they stretch it out.
Exaggerate it, and
Yeah.
I get it. Like I mean, that's because you're using fear tactics, to basically scare the people.
Yeah, into doing whatever to comply with whatever they want to do.
They're scaring people to give Ukraine another $20 billion. Oh, sorry, we're not talking about. Okay, anyways, yeah,
letting them borrow.
we're talking about to give Cuba another $20 billion. For the fight of COVID.
Well, they really wanted to stop them from using the weapons, but they had no concrete evidence that there was real nuclear weapons. It wasn't until after
today, huh?
It wasn't until after the event that they realized that there was. So how can we were not prepared for that kind of confrontation. Even back then, they wanted to go to war right away. They had a contingency plan. We know that from the recordings and the redacted documents that they were willing to go to war and lose Chicago, lose New York, because they knew that they were going to be targeted by nuclear warheads. But John F. Kennedy said, no, we're not doing that. I'm not risking people's lives.
Futurama?
They were willing to risk those cities. Like, it's all right. We'll lose 3-5 major cities, but we'll be ready to fight.
What's the general's name?
Captain Zach Brannigan.
Yeah, that I'm willing to risk your lives or whatever he says.
I'm willing to throw waves and waves of men at the problem. It's like, dude, what?
There you go.
And didn't he have to do that? He could have.
Yeah.
That's my point, dude.
There was an episode where he's out watching the destruction and chaos, happening up above, and he's like, oh, man, like the horror. And then he looks down. He's right there in the diner eating food.
Yeah, exactly, dude. That's my point. They do things like this knowing that they're going to be safe.
And he never got Leela.
Leela.
No, he did, huh?
Layla.
Leela.
Leela.
It's Leela.
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 Leela. How did he say it?
Leela. Yeah.
Leela or something. They slept the first time, right? He like
Yeah,
landed.
no, they did. Yeah. So I take that back.
Damn, he did
He
get
still
her.
got her. Yep.
And she was
And
disgusted
Fry
by
never did. Oh no, he did. He did, but
Didn't they
towards the
freeze or something at the last episode? They
end.
spoiler alert.
I
That's
think
the way the
something
show
like
ended.
that. Like, but they're trying to bring it back. I
What?
think that,
That's
yeah.
like they ended that show already.
No, they're trying to bring it back.
But why? Because they
I
already
think
got
it's-
together. That
I
was the
think
last
it's on
episode.
I think it's on a streaming platform.
Oh, you mean that? I thought you meant like they
No,
wanted
no,
to
no,
start
no.
it up again.
They're trying to bring it back again
Why?
because
It's done.
they're trying to milk it for his money, bro. Like, because Futurama's good.
Yeah, but it's done, dude.
You think Futurama's good?
I like
Futurama's
Futurama.
good, bro.
I love Futurama.
That's
not,
why I thought-
not,
You
not,
changed it.
not a lot of
You think
people
it's-
like. Not a lot of people like it. That's why I just have to get your opinion. I wanted to get your honest opinion.
Okay, well we can come back to the nuclear weapon part.
Bro,
'Cause-
Futurama is the first like Family Guy, American Dad. It's like
The OG.
right, exactly.
What do you guys think about?
Slurp.
I was gonna say hentai, but yeah, Slurp. But what do you think about Slurp?
I would just
Slurp. Is that the guy with the fries floating? Or no?
What?
No, I'm talking about Futurama, bro. You're talking about Futurama.
Dude,
Slurp,
Dude.
the slug.
I,
yeah.
you know, look. I'm a fan of Futurama, but I've only watched like 2 episodes. Being genuine, yeah. So I don't know the character names or anything like
Damn,
that.
dude.
So yeah, like officially, I've sat down and watched like 2 episodes, but I have never actually binge watched it.
Well, what do you think about Kip then? Kip is like Captain Zab Brannigan's assistant. He always does that.
I don't know.
He's with Amy, and Amy's like a little.
He reminds
adventure.
me. He reminds me of Morty now.
Really?
Yeah.
I think Morty has more of a backbone than.
Well, obviously he
Like,
does, but like
when he looked up,
he's like,
he was
oh,
climbing the
cheese, Rick.
because Zab Brannigan went up the stairs. He was climbing. He's like, "Come on, hurry up, Kip!" And Kip was like, "Oh," he kept looking. He tried not to look up.
Aqua Teen
Dude.
Hunger Force. Have you guys watched that? That's what I'm talking about.
I
Oh.
With the meatball,
Yeah,
with the meatball and the freaking.
I love that show, dude.
I have not watched.
Dude, the neighbor
episodes.
Carl.
I know what you're talking about, but I
Yeah.
refuse to watch it.
Dude, that neighbor.
Why?
Why?
The
It
characters
just-
are too ugly.
No, it doesn't appeal to me. Like I don't know.
Dude,
like,
it's pretty good, dude.
I don't know. I get okay. So
Random
this is like
shit
the
they do.
reason
Dude,
why
I love
also
Carl, the neighbor.
This is also the reason why I don't watch South Park or like all these other shows.
Oh, you
like,
don't
it's
like
just
good shows.
The animation, like
You
I
don't
just-
like good shows.
I don't like good shows,
Yeah, so that makes sense.
bro.
That
I
makes
just sit
sense.
down and I like binge watch like live stream shows.
Yeah, I got you.
How about Robot
churches.
I get it. You like
Robot
Big Bang
Chicken.
Theory.
I used to watch Robot Chicken when it was good back then.
Good. Okay. What, they still doing it? I thought they stopped.
No, they're still
They're
doing
still
it. And
good.
it sucks ass.
No kidding.
Like it used to be hella good back then. Now it's like just stop.
You're
Just
like, they
please
have new
stop.
action figures. You don't like that.
Me and Z started
Yeah.
watching this one not too long ago. It just came out on
Notebook.
on Adult Swim.
Haven't seen it.
Oh, yeah, I saw 2 episodes of it. The Housing Complex C is like a horror show.
It's a
Is it
horror
good?
style.
Is it
I'd
good?
say, yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty good.
a lot of warping of body parts that people.
I'm acting like I'm gonna watch it.
I'm telling you,
Bro,
though,
Coco Melon and Sing are on my TV 24/7.
I'm not gonna ask questions.
So
Is
back
it like
to
the
war.
real? Is it real Coco Melon?
Yeah, the real Coco Melon.
Oh, okay. So the war. The video that I saw that spoke about what to do during. First of all, we went over the fact that who would start it most likely. You say Russia. I say there's a good chance.
I feel like it's a 50-50. Ukraine might
Ukraine,
stir it
yeah.
up because they want help and they know they're gonna lose.
Now I don't think Ukraine's gonna do it.
It could be. It's a 50-50 at this point.
I don't think they are because
I mean, they already got
know,
caught in the
no.
dirty
So the reason
bomb.
why I don't think that Ukraine's gonna do it is because everybody knows that Ukraine is backed up basically by the rest of the world right now, right? So they're not gonna
That
be
doesn't matter.
they're not gonna be the instigators, right? They're not going to. Like I believe that it's gonna be Russia. Why? Because the war has taken longer than what anybody has suspected, right? And Putin doesn't want to lose, so Putin is gonna be the one. Excuse me. Putin is gonna be the one that he's operating a motorized vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty
so
much.
I think Putin's gonna be the one like they say he might be sick. He's probably going out, bro. He wants to put his name in the history books with the rest of the freaking dictators from Russia. That's
They
what he
would
wants to do.
hate him if he did that though.
Yeah, they would.
Well, I get you, but there's a lot of people in Russia that still that love Stalin that
Okay,
think
Well,
like
I don't know if you guys heard, but right now Russia has teamed up with China, Iran, and a whole bunch of other places.
they've been
There's this new thing. It's called Brink something. That starts with a B.
USSR. Oh, sorry.
No, it starts with a B, but pretty much.
Brinks. That's the people that give money to the
OPEC.
So pretty much each one of those letters, it stands for something, right? And of course Russia's in there, so that's why there's an R in there. But
Look it up because Iranians, I think, are part. But you're talking about more of the. You're talking about the oil conglomerate where it's
all those people.
Russia,
China,
Iran,
yeah.
India, and China.
I think Argentina's in there with them too.
They're all in
Maybe.
there, but the thing is that what they're trying to do right now.
Because I know the Saudis have agreements with.
If you want to look it up, you want to look it up. I don't know what the name of it is.
Yeah, I'll look it up right now. But the thing is, what they're trying
Blink
to do.
182 is the project.
What they're trying to do is they're essentially trying to take over, and Russia said this themselves too. They're trying to dominate the dollar along with China in hopes that the dollar it collapses and it ceases to exist.
Bro,
that's what they're trying to do.
Okay, that's how you get the United States to go to war with.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
You never mess with their money.
Yeah, no, literally, you don't mess with our dollar.
You can mess with the American citizens. You can mess with our ideals, with our religion, but you don't mess with the money.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like they might not throw us a nuke, but they're gonna F us up another way.
No, they can't, because all they gotta do is like stop making the world fiat currency based on money, basically, like the dollar, and boom, next thing you know, our economy crashes.
Bro, if my job ever paid me with the yuan instead of a dollar, I'm like, what the hell is this? I'm not buying. No, I don't know, but it's hard to believe.
They're gonna give you the new world dollar.
But I will tell you this,
bro. The new currency, the world currency. I bet you anything. The Hunter Biden dollar. No, it's gonna be Greta Thunberg.
I wouldn't use it.
That's gonna be her face.
Just an angry coin or what?
Just how dare you? Every time you try to use it, how dare you?
And you're like, well, I'm using all of it tonight. Listen to the fact that one of the things is we know that Putin is he's changing his most closest contacts in order to tighten his war strategy. So he's removing people. He's putting people in different positions.
The reason he's in
shuffling.
this shithole.
But think about this too. China recently restructured itself and gave all the power to Xi Jinping.
Is it Xi Jinping? I thought it was Xi Jinping.
No, Xi Jinping. He is now in sole control of the Communist Party of China.
I shouldn't make noises. Never mind.
And on top of that, he removed a few of his obstacles so he could have that.
The reason Russia,
he's establishing a war cabinet.
Right. No, and I get you. I get it. Because the reason Russia is in this shithole right here that they've made themselves in is because all the generals are too scared to say no to him. And he's like, hey, would it be a good idea if we attack Russia? Yes, go for it. He didn't have basically like a no man. So they all were yes men, and look where he's at now.
So one wonders, though, if it happens in the next, I don't know, months to come, we're going to see some kind of not resolution, but we're going to see some action for sure.
Bro, Russia, okay, this is the most deadly part right now. This is the most dangerous part right now. Russia is basically waiting for winter.
Yeah.
When all of Europe is dependent on the oil that Russia has, right? So once winter comes, which is coming already, right? It's almost here. That's when Russia's going to like pick up. I guarantee it. That all because they wanted to listen to how dare you. Now they're gonna freaking suffer for it,
But they need. Okay, you know what will keep you nice and warm? A nuclear warhead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that will keep nuclear energy, a nuclear bomb. That'll keep you nice and warm.
Oh no, definitely radiation. Ooh.
But what is the solution? Because if everyone's gearing up for war, they're picking the right time in order to do it. There's all these like rumors about China's possible invasion of Taiwan in January.
Oh yeah. That's what they're trying to do.
And then,
bro, it's a perfect time because you don't want
everyone's focused on
it's
Ukraine.
It's a perfect
time right after
the
New Year's Eve party.
Yeah.
It's a perfect time because we have a president without a backbone that is not willing to do shit.
He has a backbone, but it's kind of like flimsy.
Right. It's all in weird angles.
Yeah.
It's basically like San Francisco. That's how his backbone is. It's not straight. Like, bro, when you have freaking Biden saying that, oh, Russia, if you take this little part of Ukraine, we ain't really gonna do shit, and they do it. Oh, if he really can't do much because if he does this, the freaking UN isn't gonna do anything. He does it, right? It's basically he's the one like instigating it because like he doesn't know when to shut the hell up. He's basically saying like, hey, like if you use a nuclear warhead, don't do that because we won't do anything about it. We can't do anything about it. Like. So right now is the perfect time for China to attack whoever we said we were.
Well, they're not part of NATO. That's one thing.
China would never be a part of it.
Well,
No,
Taiwan.
Oh,
Well, they're not
Whoa.
because
Yeah.
they're not because like they have like, for instance, Russia. Yeah, for instance, like Russia and Ukraine. Like there was treaty saying that hey, like that Russia was like, you're not gonna accept Ukraine into NATO because, you know, all this and all that, and they agreed to it. So that's because China's like that, right? You're not going to take over Taiwan because Taiwan, quote unquote, is our property.
Well, it used to be part of China, but they're kind of in the same boat as
they're
Ukraine
basically
and
their own.
Russia.
They're basically their own thing now. And then you have like, and
Same
then
thing
you
like
can't
Russia.
say, you know, Taiwan is its own people, you know, because then China gets mad at you, and then John Cena has to apologize.
but you have to understand that Taiwan also has like the world's like, they make most of the semiconductors that go into phones, cars, even
She-mails.
missiles.
Oh yeah,
Into
She-mails.
No, that's Vietnamese.
Isn't it Taiwan?
not the
No.
Vietnamese.
It's Taiwan.
Vietnamese.
It's
Why all the
Thailand.
memes? Oh, Thailand. There you go. Okay.
I mean,
What?
I heard. I don't know. I don't know. But if they
I've
have,
seen it through the memes.
if they start, if they start to invade, we know that we would stop that, because for a moment, and it sucks to say that, but in comparison to Taiwan, really Ukraine doesn't really offer us anything besides us. We keep losing.
No, that is a lie. They offer Hunter Biden a top oil executive office.
You're
leadership.
You're right about that. But
Come
other
on,
than
bro,
that-
get it right.
other than that, they don't really have any other like benefit to us. When you look at the fact that Taiwan makes all the semiconductors, that's something that we don't want to lose control over. So if
We definitely don't want to lose control over that.
if
Oh,
they
hell
were,
no,
we're not
for
talking
sure.
about nuclear strikes, we're talking about nuclear war. You're going to fight against two of the most powerful countries in the world versus America, Britain, and all the other countries together. America has some of the most advanced weapons, but at the end of the day, imagine the devastation. If you watch one of those videos that explains, like a 20-minute, 30-minute video that explains what happens when a nuclear bomb goes off, and then you listen to the detail.
You know, we never got to that video that you keep on saying that about the one you watched.
Oh yeah.
what
The one in New York.
Oh, it pretty much gives you a kind of an idea on how the smallest, like a fat boy bomb, would go to, you know, the biggest one that Russia got. pretty
Yeah,
much.
it
And the
compares the
radiation,
damage.
Yeah,
the
right, right, yeah.
radiation, the
Yeah.
fallout, all that stuff. The radius blowout.
Yeah, it compares all the damage levels of all the different bombs that have existed and the ones that are,
Currently.
as we know, that currently been tested on.
And then theory ones.
All I know is that if you get a warning on your phone that a nuclear missile is going to hit your city, you can't do shit.
I mean, you can.
You cannot do shit.
You can. You can
You
go
can't
underground.
do shit.
You can go underground.
If you have the capacity, whatever. If you're able to go underground, then you're safe. 98% of the people don't have that ability.
I know they don't. The best
That's
thing,
why you're done.
the best thing to do is, if you don't have a basement, because I know they don't know basement.
Basement won't do shit either. You got to be deep underground.
That's what I'm saying. You have to be deep underground. So, the best thing to do, in my opinion, I feel like it would be, if you see any type of deep sewer, just crawl in there, dude. Like, just take.
Yeah.
You're gonna need a crowbar. Get that crowbar and freaking just any sewer you find, just crawl in there, dude.
If 3 a.m. turns to 12 p.m., you know, like instantly, then you know some shit's going on, right?
So
yeah.
there's a really good video. It's about like 19-20 minutes, and it's
Stock
titled
up on those radiation pills, on all that good shit right there.
Radix. Oh, have you guys heard about that actually? On how U.S. bought a whole bunch of? They spent I think it was $350 million in just a bunch of radiation pills. I forgot what the name of the pills are exactly called, but it essentially
extends.
Yeah, it helps you. I think it's called Radaway. Radaway.
And under the label is like extends all
I know, right?
all the politicians.
But the thing what these pills do is,
When you're having a really hard time during the apocalypse.
Viagra would help you fight radiation.
there you go, Viagra, boom. But the thing with these pills do is they allow your thyroid glands to not get damaged and not receive any sort of radiation, essentially getting cancer, right? So
I don't think they could stop that though. I don't think there's a
It'll
way to
slow
stop
it down.
It'll slow it down. It
but-
gives it a bunch of potassium, a shit ton of potassium into your thyroid, and those thyroid it absorbs that potassium, and pretty much your body is not going to get sick. But you only got like an hour. though.
Your skin's all melting off. I feel fine.
Potassium is great. You're just melting
There you
apart.
go. People
No,
are like, why
I-
don't you just eat a bunch of bananas or a bunch
I
of
see that they're
cherries?
using that, but I wonder how that. Okay, real quick before I get distracted, because I really want to talk about that. The video that I watched, that I encourage you guys all to watch if you want to, just so you can keep up to what or get to where we were at now. It's called "This is How You Actually Survive a Nuclear Attack." This video was uploaded by the Infographics Show. And it's about 19 minutes, about 20 minutes or so. This video will be able to walk you through some of the reasonable steps that a lot of scientists believe can really help you survive.
And if you're not subscribed to the infographics, do it. They have like the best things ever.
Have you seen them?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
bro. I sent you some of the stuff.
Yeah, I forgot that. Yeah, you're right. That was you. So the video there was really good because it really explained that you have really about 15 minutes if you survive the initial attack. Really,
if you survive the blast,
you have 15 minutes before the fallout starts to fall. And at that point, you'll need to have a rocket ship to get away out of the blast area, or not. You have to tighten down. So duct tape is always good to have to go on the windows and everything. How you get into a building? How do you
fall out within?
The problem is that you need water, clean water, because you need to wash your clothes from any of that light radiation that's there.
Oh yeah.
And even if you went out, like you need to wait, I think 2 to 7 days.
You need to take a shower as soon as you go inside. You need to take a shower and
put all your clothes away in some bags.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Leave it
there
outside.
is on Amazon. You guys can look it up right now. There is this I can't forget what it's called, but it's basically a bag that you put inside your shower and you hook it up to the spout, turn the water on, and it fills up your whole bathtub. Basically your whole bathtub becomes a water storage. And I keep on forgetting what it's called, but I believe it holds like 90 gallons of water. You can look it up. I think it's like $10-15. I've been meaning to get one of those. But
okay. But let's talk about the specifics. The problem, really, you can try to follow the steps in the video, but some of the things that came to mind, just even if you haven't seen it, just keep this in mind. Even if you have enough water to last you 7 days, which is the recommended amount of time, even if you're able to tape up all the windows and doors so nothing comes in from the outside, even if you're able to take a shower after the initial blast and you survived it, the water that you have is all you have left. The food you have is all you have left. Really, you should have enough of it. And even then, the air will be contaminated. So you need to find a way to keep as much air out from your home or protected shelter as possible. That brings me to my next point. So the area where the nukes land, whether they hit a city or a rural area or a busy, building.
We're in the threat of like a close nuke because we have like the Lemoore Airport is close to us.
Why would that matter?
Because it's the base. I'm just saying if they wanted to hit us in places.
Okay, think about this strategically though. If they were to hit us, what would be the most reasonable place to hit in California, as an example?
Probably LA.
I wouldn't say that.
I would say. I mean, that would be probably one of the places.
Sacramento.
I wouldn't say Sacramento either.
San Francisco.
I mean,
it's next to Washington, so
think about it. Where is our strongest Western military base in existence?
NWA.
Where's the capital of California? Where is it?
Sacramento.
Well, then it's most likely going to be that.
Think about it. Think about it real closely. Where do all the new recruits go? Where's the Navy base here? Where's the strongest, our weapons experimental bases?
I don't know.
Idea.
San Diego.
That's
where our bulk of military, either
yeah,
retired or active.
Okay, they're gonna hit. But I'm just saying, Lemoore is also a good target.
No, I'm not saying it's not.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that it's the only target.
What I'm saying, what is most likely the main target to their attack?
Well, obviously, it's going to be the big cities, and San Diego is going to be one of them.
You can cause mass destruction with two.
But do you really want to be that close to San Diego and Mexico? You're going to have the cartels against you. So think about it.
That's true.
I mean, but cartels can't do anything at that point.
Bro, they can.
So
have you heard their corridos? They can do whatever they want.
No. Like I'm talking about messing with the Russians is what I'm talking about.
You don't know them?
Some of them are half Russian. I know a lot of Hispanic people that are named Comrade.
The only good thing they're good at is beheading people, but the fact that they can go overseas,
they're creative ways
and trying to kill other Russians, they're not gonna.
Yeah, they're not a real military.
They're not.
That's for sure.
They're definitely in person, they're big shots. I mean, they're bigger than the Mexican military and the police. I mean, everyone fears them out there, but when it comes to
be honest, the police only have batons and old 22s.
Have you heard?
I know, right?
There was this audio of I guess the new Sinaloan cartel or whoever the hell it is. There's
new ones every couple months.
It's the biggest one right now, and they played audio of a phone call that the cartel leader called. He called the cop, and he's like, "Hey, what the hell are you doing? You better not, you need to stop." Basically threatening the head cop guy. And he's like, "You need to chill. You need to get the hell out of here. What are you doing?" And the guy's like, "Oh, I'm not doing nothing. Don't. It's okay. Keep on doing what you're doing." And it's like,
Buddy, wait, I don't know if you're distracting me or someone else. Like, wait, what did you say?
I'm telling you
Then you, I was trying to pay attention, but I'm like,
there is a cartel out there right now that's like,
right.
like,
is it a new cartel? Or is it an old one? I
it's
mean,
an established cartel that right now is doing like the most craziest shit that you see online. That's them.
okay.
You know, they're the ones that like they've established a name. They're like they do like the most craziest shit ever, and they're so feared that like there was an audio that I heard of a phone call that the cartel leader called like one of the head of the police guys, and
he was threatening him.
Yeah, he threatened him because
okay.
like
you made it sound like he was acting dumb or like
no,
that he was dumb.
He threatened the guy. He's like, oh, like what are you doing here? Like get the hell out of here. Do you know who I am? This and that. And he's like, oh no, like we'll leave right now. And
what's that thing they say? Plata o plomo.
Plata o plomo.
No,
what does that mean?
I've never even heard of that.
That means blood or money, silver, gold. What's the same shit? It's money or blood.
Sheesh. Like do what I say. Either you get money now and you let me do what I'm doing, or you get a bullet to the head. Plata o plomo.
Oh yeah, the cartel's crazy, man. You guys heard of Funky Town yet?
Yeah. Don't look that up.
Yeah, don't look that up.
Funky Town.
Funky Town. You know, I mean, you guys heard the song, right?
Don't look it up. What are you doing?
You won't be able to find it.
Yeah,
anyway.
you probably won't be able to find it.
Yeah, you'll probably need Tor to look that up. It's nowhere. You can't really find that video, but essentially, very brief to not get into.
Okay, it's like if you can describe it, but listener aggression is advised. Don't go into graphic detail about it, but
yeah, I'm gonna make it very simple.
Yeah.
So essentially,
through eyelids.
Essentially, it was a guy that it looks like he snitched on the cartel, and the cartel was able to hold on to him. And pretty much what they did was they injected this guy with many drugs to keep him up. And they pretty much like, they did crazy stuff to him. Yeah, is what I'm saying. But he was alive through the entire thing.
And do you want to tell them the reason why it's called Funky Town?
Because the song Funky Town was playing in the background. Yeah.
Yeah. So don't look
traumatic.
It up. Don't look it up. Yeah. Do not.
Yeah.
I can happily say I've never seen it, but I know of it.
I've never seen it either, but I've seen pictures of it and how the guy looks. I'm like, hell no. I do not want to look at that. Hell to the no.
He was kept alive through IV drips and sealing adrenaline.
Yep. He was kept up through the entire thing. So the guy, you can look through the photos. You could clearly see how he's like trying to like get up and stuff. Because he feels, the guy has the adrenaline, so he doesn't feel all that stuff that's happening. So he's like trying to get up and
he sure feels it. Yep.
I'm sure he definitely feels it, but like let's just put it this way: your body can tolerate so much pain until it shuts down and you basically go unconscious, and that's how your body reacts to extreme pain. And this guy
he was young too, right?
I had no idea, but
all I know that he did the cartel wrong, and the cartel was able to hold on to him.
Yeah.
Well, whatever he did, even though the cartel used extreme violence, I'm not gonna justify that they do, but man, you really got to cross them real bad for them to do something like that, bro.
Yeah, they did some crazy stuff, man. They got no chill.
Is that the head?
Yeah.
Holy cow, dude.
Yeah, they go. This is Reddit. If anyone wants to, you can see pictures of it.
Don't
look it up. Just telling you guys, don't look it up.
Yeah, but
yeah,
that guy was how do you say skinned?
Oh, and he's alive right there.
Yeah, he's alive through that entire process. Is that photos I'm showing you right here?
Yeah,
he's alive.
Yeah.
But
but do not look it up. We shouldn't even say it.
Yeah.
Anywho, back to nuclear war.
If it makes you feel any better, America's willing to do some crazy things to get information out of people. So.
Oh yeah, for sure they are.
If the cartel does it this scientifically, I wonder who taught it to them.
I know, right? There you go.
I'm just saying, bro.
Out of the CIA. Who else?
Yeah,
Who knows? FBI. Nah, most like the CIA.
Dude, it's crazy. So again, like I would not want to see a war start, especially with nuclear weapons. But if it did, America would win, but a lot of us would die.
Oh yeah,
especially on the coastlines, New York, California. That would be bad.
I feel like the ones that would most likely survive would be like Nebraska, Colorado.
Yeah,
those people eat themselves, bro. That's
a problem, bro. There's no cheese, and they just go crazy.
For real.
Eustace, get the gun.
But no, yeah, definitely. I feel like everyone that's in the states that no one talks about are going to be the ones that are going to survive for sure.
Well, good thing we have the new Modern Warfare that's just launched.
I know, right? We got new Fortnite skins for all those who are Fortnite fans. There you go.
Okay, let's take a small break from the nuclear war talk because I really want to come back to this because there's other points I didn't talk about. Because I want to ask you guys, what do you think about the survival tactics, what do you think would be the way to? How long do you think a nuclear fallout would take? Because we know how long the ground would stay inhabitable, but how long would it take the world if only 2 or 3 are used? Because I think they're banking on the fact that only a few of them will be used tactically, without using the big boys, which we've always had and ready to go. And those things would like knock out an entire, state. And when you're talking about sending that to the Europe, you're talking about a whole country. But let's take that a second. Let me talk about something happy for a moment. You know that I'm a little bit of a fan of Drake. Tiny bit. I don't even
just a small, like tiny.
I mean, I barely know how to pronounce his name.
Drak?
Yeah, something like Drake. I don't know.
Dracula?
The boy Drake, everyone believes got hacked on November the 4th, because I don't know if have you seen his profile?
No, I don't follow him. I don't need anything to do with him.
This is going to be funny.
It's just a funny topic.
Why don't you look up?
I already showed
Drake?
him.
You showed it to him?
Yeah,
You showed it to me.
Okay, you know what hentai is, and I know you know what a dragon is. For those
Yeah.
people listening, don't Google either one of those. But
Rule
I know
11.
you know what that is.
It's Rule 6.1. Yeah. Who doesn't know about that?
It's real what?
Is Rule 6.1.
Yes, sir.
It's not actually 6.1.
Isn't it? Was 6 something?
No, it's 64.
There you go. He would know.
Rule 60. I mean, I don't know.
Nintendo?
Rule
It-
64 is
Nintendo?
dragon hentai.
It's for the manga that defines for animation that is pornography.
Don't look up metamorphosis. Don't look up anything like that. It's gonna mess you up.
The thing,
Don't look up Funky Town.
Definitely don't look up.
the thing, Alex Z is trying to get across here is pretty much Drake. He ended up posting a bunch of weird content that is just straight hentai on his stories, and everyone's like, "Did he get hacked?"
He has great taste. Let me tell you.
Well, he definitely posted some doggy positions there, so it's very sus. Drake has never posted that type of stuff, so. But who
Bro,
knows?
he's trying to he's not young anymore, bro. He's trying to go into the younger crowd. I don't know. Like, why are we talking about this?
How old is Drake anyway?
I don't know, like 70,
That's right. He's
Like
32.
like 70.
32?
How many
Very
drinks you
young.
had, man? We only had
He's a young man.
you only had 3. There you go.
But we all knew he liked hentai from his old days.
We?
What do you mean we? You act like
We, the people that have access to Google,
we don't know about that.
we know that he liked hentai.
I don't know about that, man.
How many people? Okay, have you ever watched hentai?
I came across it, yeah. I haven't physically looked it up though, but
What
back in my
liar.
younger days, when I would download the music from
Because I only had
MP3
like 2
school,
terabytes.
I would come across it right there. I would get all sorts of pornography and hentai there. So
Good old preschool days.
I know, right?
I've seen it.
You've seen it, right?
Yeah, like back in like my younger days.
It's not good, right? It's just like, it's just like that, right? And you're like, okay, what is this crap?
Gomenasai.
But now modern day,
What'd you say?
Gomenasai.
What the hell is that?
Gomenasai.
Gomenasai.
Yeah, what is that?
You don't know what that is?
Oh, because I obviously talk Japanese.
Bankai.
Oh,
snap,
my
right here,
boy.
boys.
Oh, my arm is sore. Yeah.
Yo, we synced right together. You heard that?
I heard it. It's like you guys practice this.
No, we've actually.
Well,
Nah, I guarantee you guys did. Just like the fusion, you guys
we got
practice
like
this.
fusion.
Try. That's
I
my
know.
boy. I'm telling you, dude,
That was pretty cool.
everyone has seen hentai. Even
Okay,
the-
but like,
oh,
but
yeah.
why are we talking
Most
about Drake
men.
though? Like,
At least
why?
men.
because he's
Men would.
posting it on his thing, he's making it cool. So now, I don't know if you
I
know, this.
right? He's like mood for tonight. I'm like, no.
It's unfortunate because it was already cool, but now he's taking credit for it. Because if you look at the comment section from the people that actually are posting it, if you obviously if you have Twitter, Twitter's the best. Because with Twitter,
We got Daddy Elon over here taking over.
yes, free speech and
Homeboy's
AOC.
firing people today.
Wait, hold on. I want to get into this too before we get back to nuclear talk again. First, I want to talk.
Did you get the memes I sent you?
Yeah, but I can't message you back.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on. I have to
Okay.
probably restart the chat or something. But let me,
Probably.
hold on. Okay,
The $8
Drake
memes?
talked about Drake posted pictures of some hardcore hentai,
Yes, he did.
light hardcore hentai. That went over to Twitter, and then Twitter people to defend him. I don't know who would do that, but the people that did,
Bro, it was you.
it was not
Do
me.
not lie. It
I have
was
30
you.
fake accounts. Anyways, these people all posted their own hentai photos, and it was like, I support Drake.
They
And
stand with Drake. Oh
they
my
stand
god.
with
Oh
Drake.
my
Are you
god.
serious?
And let me tell you, dude, if you look up Drake hentai hashtag on Twitter,
it's trending.
bro, they made hentai female bodies with Drake's face on it, and it's some disturbing stuff.
What the heck?
But
And
they're talking about it like
Don't pretend you were like, this is my favorite one so far.
stupid. Like this one's cute. This one's hair is weird.
I mean, ever since Elon took over, it's free of speech now at Twitter. Like you can pretty much post anything.
4chan 3.0.
Gore, yeah, exactly. 4chan. A lot of people are comparing it to 4chan now because a lot of stuff on Reddit can get banned. 4chan, you can post whatever you want and nothing gets banned. So yeah, ever since Elon took over, man, you can post anything you want.
Here's some additional headlines because the Drake one is very recent. But earlier this week, which we won't name, this week, AOC got into it with Elon Musk over the pricing structure of $8 a month. So for those that don't know, Elon wants to generate revenue from the users, but not from everybody. It's an optional purchase. You don't have to do this unless you want to keep the blue check mark. If you want to keep the blue check mark, the suggested MSRP price is $8 a month,
which is not bad because everyone can get verified now. Everyone can have that little
It's not
blue
about you
verification.
elites anymore.
Exactly.
So pref and ref, baby. Anyways,
I know, right?
they were saying that
Oh, there you go.
those
I
people
earned
were,
this check mark.
Gator.
those people were mad because they were like, $8 seems like, oh, you're charging us for free speech, and he responds with, yes, I am. Like,
He is.
Thank you for
but he's joking because obviously you can do free speech without having to have the check mark, except you'll be considered a troll otherwise.
Bro, I love how he responds back. He's like, thank you for complaining, but pay $8. Pay up.
There was this
Yeah.
one senator, whatever her name was. I
Oh,
forgot what
AOC,
her-
I want to get to that. Hold
Yeah,
on.
dude.
Save that one. Save that one. Look up the information on that before you. I want you to talk about this. I want you to talk about this.
She went crazy. man.
Look it up. So before we get there,
What's her name again?
AOC.
ALC.
Hey, synced up, baby.
Whoa, what?
Yeah.
Oh, baby girl.
Think about this, dude. People were complaining about the $8 price tag. They don't have to pay it, but he posted a picture, a meme photo. You know who he is. He's a meme. Even the Burt Hair perfume spray should tell you that he's a meme. His car was like on 420. His price was like 420 a bottle. So it was like, anyways, he's full of memes. There was pictures that he posted where he compared the price of a cup of coffee to the price of $8 a month for being verified for 30 days or 31 days on some months. When he did that,
Or 28.
or 28 days, that's right.
Do you get a discount for 28 days?
I don't think so. But I mean, think about the fact that people are willing to pay that for a coffee, right? They don't see any problem with it because they're getting coffee. But this just getting a blue verified check mark and a couple of like, immediate support.
So
seems
originally,
like a lot.
I get why the whole blue. You know why the whole blue check mark was the original thing, right?
Because there's a lot of people making fake accounts with the
Exactly.
same person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So I understand that part, but now you can make a fake account and pay your $8, and you also get a blue check mark. So so I get the fact that it was
But
a form of verification.
think about it though. If you made a fake account, let's call it the Roganites or whatever you want to call it.
The Rogan Knights.
You made 30 fake accounts. It was free. And everybody knew, everybody wasn't sure if you were real or not.
Yep.
But if you have to pay $8 a month for 30 fake accounts, you'll be like, forget that. I'm only going to keep 2 or 3. Or eventually you'll be like, you know what? I can't afford any of them. Forget that. So it's a smart way to route out the people, to root them out, because you know which ones are being fake and which ones aren't. Although you still probably pay.
Right.
The idea is, though, you want to make it expensive for them to do that.
Right.
Now, the boy, French, was just talking about how there was a senator who spoke up. I don't want to take this from because I know you.
Well, I forgot her name. I tried looking her up, but it looks like Elon already deleted the tweet. This was a couple days ago. It's no longer there. But the thing is that she tweeted out, she stated like LMFAO. Imagine paying $8 a month just for you can speak out of your,
For freedom of speech.
yeah, pretty
was
much.
basically it.
And then Elon tweeted back as a savage and he said, yes, now that would be $8.
Yeah. Now pay your
Freaking
$8.
savage, man. Dude.
And on top of that,
wow.
she posted that it was $8. It was expensive. Then he came back with a picture of her sweater that she was selling on her website for
like
$45
yeah.
or $60 a month. And she was like, she clapped back by saying, hey, those workers that work for me, they actually get full benefits. They get everything they need, that's why I'm charging so much. And on the flip side of that, she said that you don't do that for your workers. You're anti-union. And then they clap back with pictures of like his workers, making a decent living. But it's up to anybody's interpretation. The funny part to me is not so much like who's factually correct. It's just funny because who doesn't like funniness? The funny part was
This
that
is the fact that he chose back. Like he's not scared.
no, not even that. The comment section for the majority of it, like they were shipping them together. You know what a ship is, right?
No.
It's
Oh wait,
like-
does it is it like a boat?
No,
yeah.
no.
So a ship is what? Oh, go ahead.
Is that what I pay for handling also?
ship is like?
You ship them together.
Yes, a
Yikes.
relationship.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're saying that, hey, I ship you too, so I think you guys look good as a couple.
As a couple.
How
Exactly.
do you guys? What you guys? How do you learn? Well, I know
Bussin',
why you freaking.
Bussin'. You don't use those words.
That word
don't
goes.
use-
That word or that phrase goes around for years.
Hey, hold my pocket, bro, because I go out the store.
Yeah.
So these two people say that the way that they're fighting with each other, it's almost like they have like tension. They're like, yeah, yeah, you don't think I'm paying $8 a month for this? Yeah, don't make me pay $8. It's like really like
Why are you making thrusting motions? I'm scared.
it's just like those two.
Oh,
The
yeah,
way they
yeah.
were arguing, it was I don't know, man. Again, maybe it's because this is a patriarch society and
Like,
men are
you make me pay.
you men are
$8.
monsters.
Come on, Daddy.
But it looks like they have a thing for each other.
Well, you heard
Elon
you heard
single?
AOC. She said that if you criticize her, it's because you're mad because you can't date her.
Yeah, and she could get off
Yeah.
Twitter if she didn't
Yeah.
really want to be there. But
Right.
that's just kind of funny. I'm glad that he bought it though. To be honest with you, I don't know what the future holds, but it's going to be interesting. It won't be boring.
I'm glad he bought it. Do I care? Not really. I don't really care for social media. I really don't. I only have Facebook, and once that becomes irrelevant, I'm basically like, I'm done.
Chiho.
Damn.
Whoa.
Oh, dude.
Um,
AOC will come after you.
so right, so like once Facebook goes under, like I don't think I'm ever gonna get like a social media site. I don't care for social media at all.
Except for Facebook, right?
No, I'm saying if Facebook ever goes under, I'm not gonna get another one. Like I'm not gonna get go under.
Don't say that.
No, I can guarantee
Because
you
it's
I'm not.
going under pretty quick right
Okay,
now.
then if it does, like that's cool. I don't need a like
Listen.
What?
Listen.
What?
Okay. Who's the founder of Facebook?
Zuckerberg.
Mark Zuckerberg. And it wasn't even his idea.
Zucker daddy.
So,
Bro, it's never anybody's idea.
right.
Tesla was never Elon's idea.
Yeah, it's true.
Facebook wasn't Zuckerberg's
McDonald's
idea.
was. McDonald's was.
Apple product wasn't.
Chick-fil-A was. Okay, restaurants are always people's ideas.
Apple wasn't Steve Jobs.
Okay,
Like,
you're talking about important things, but the non-important things are always people's ideas. Like who thought of Whole Foods? One guy and his wife. Like that's every idea that's like food related. It's usually your idea. It's hard for you to steal someone else's idea to make a restaurant. But when it comes to technology, it's super easy to steal it. You thought of Tinder? I thought of Bonfire.
Tinder.
Yeah.
Tinder.
Bumblebee.
Is that like Mike Tyson's version of it? Tinder.
Well, I mean, if you're missing a tooth, that's how everyone's gonna sound, dude. Or you sound too. You imagine if losing. Never mind. Okay, I'm not gonna go over that. But okay, I gotta stop myself sometimes. But think about the fact. Just think about it. Okay, if you come up with an original idea, it's not original already. But how can you make that something your own? When it comes to social media, you really can't do that because everyone already kind of did it in some degree.
There's already a and that's why like people complain. They're like look at Trump's social media, Truth Social, whatever, right? Like it's basically like
First of all, I don't think you can pronounce truth without making like exaggerated facial expressions. That's my thought.
China. It's gonna be bigly. Anyways, you can't copy. I guess you can try to copy what's already made, but what's already made has been perfected to its own thing. And like if you try to make something like it, it's basically like, oh, you're just trying to copy what is already there.
You know what isn't something you copy?
What?
Nuclear energy.
Nuclear energy. Nuclear fusion.
But when it comes to
Fusion is the future.
that's what they say. But we already have a Ford Fusion. That sucks. All right. We already have a Thai Fusion, and that sucks. Everything that has fusion in it has sucked. Tell me one thing that has fusion and sounds good, and it's cool.
Dragon Ball.
Yeah, that Fusion Ha was dumb. All right.
Okay, you could the dance you can say is dumb,
Yeah,
whatever, but
so
like
half the time they come
bro,
out fat,
if you-
the other half the time they come out old. You can't even trust that. See, that's my
Bro.
point, dude. It's risky as hell, dude.
but
You have
once,
a 1 in
but
5
once
chance.
you but once you perfect it, you have Gotenks, you have Vegito.
Yeah, fat Gotenks. Yeah, and then old Vegito.
What's Piccolo and Vegeta again? What was that one again?
Broccoli? What is that?
Broccoli? No.
I don't know, dude. It's dumb. I don't think you need fusion. That's kind of like, I know fusion energy is popular, but fusion itself is really stupid. Dragon Ball is a bad example of it too. Sorry, buddy. But you forgot how every time they fused, they always messed up. They had a fat version, an old version, a skinny version, and then once out of 5 times.
Okay,
like,
but it's
perfect.
because they didn't have the earrings, bro. All right.
Yeah, they did Chernobyl dances every single time, dude. It kept popping off, and none of them worked. By the way, this is again part of the reason. The Simpsons did a Death Note like crossover adaptation.
Did they?
Yeah. It was pretty dope, dude. And we only saw 7 minutes of it, dude.
Original voices.
Yeah, the original voices of the cast and even Mo. Everybody's like they play a part of Death Note, and now Drake is doing hentai. So, dude,
Stop going back to Drake.
anime,
Nobody gives a shit.
dude. Even Rock. Like, what's that? I like the guy named Salvatore Ganacci. He did an anime music video. Everyone's doing like music. What Ariana Grande? What's that girl? The one that has the horse face. The one. What's her name? God, what's her name? Cardi B. She did a video. She did a video where she was in the anime. Where's that guy that he's a small animal? Bad Bunny. That guy.
A small animal.
Yeah, he sings.
Wrote it.
Yeah, he's actually inside the guy's body. He's the real thing. I'm telling you, dude. Like, there's very little that can be said about anime besides the fact that it's really, really popular. Oh, what?
He needs to charge
Oh,
his device.
okay. Well,
He needs to charge the telecommunication device.
Okay, why don't we do this? Why don't you take that? Do that instead of taking that one. That works. So,
Oh, you know what? There you go. You're unmuted now.
anime, huh? It's a hell of a thing, dude. Because when I was growing up, I really wish that anime was as like accepted as it is now, but we don't see that being the case.
Right, because back then you didn't want to tell people you watched Naruto, and now there's little kids asking me if I've seen Naruto.
I want anime rights. I'm fighting for anime rights. Why can't we say that we like anime, dude? Why can't we be our true selves? Why do we have to hide?
I think now if you're older and you like anime, you're seen weird now though.
Yeah, you look like a weeb. You look like someone.
Oh yeah, but the young people are cool. All the girls that like anime. You know how many girls made fun of our age group when we liked anime?
And
well,
now
not you.
every freaking girl like trying to fit in is an e-girl.
I'm just saying it that my daughter runs like Naruto.
Oh,
She
Lord.
does?
Bro, she does the whole thing. She's like arms back
There
and
you
she
go.
runs like that.
Have you ever watched Naruto?
Yes, I've seen Naruto. I
The
told
whole
you-
thing?
I told you I can only do
That's right.
the first season.
Yeah, when Rock Lee was like, I am gonna be an excellent ninja. And he jumps up and gets his ass beat, he gets his legs
Literally.
broken. Spoiler.
Right. No, like I literally told you I've only seen the first season.
Dude, that's what
And
like it's not even good.
I cannot
It's okay.
I don't watch it because it's good. I watch it because it's nostalgia.
What? You know what I like?
The first,
Okay, hold on.
the first season, like you watch the first episode. The next episode has a 15-minute flashback of what happened. Well, you just barely saw in the first episode.
You know, that's why you have skips. You know
yeah,
you could skip
but
it.
okay, then you only get 5 minutes of that episode.
Yeah, that's
and
fine.
then the next episode, it's 16 minutes of what
That's
happened on the
That's
previous
fine.
2 episodes.
You know,
Bro, all the
wait a minute.
flashbacks. If
Wait a
you
minute.
took all the flashbacks away from like season 1, it'd probably only be like 2 episodes long.
and then that's the only one you watch. That's worse. That's like having your first time be your only
I
time.
tried showing my girlfriend,
Listen,
right?
there's this crazy
AKA
thing. There's this crazy
soon
thing.
wife to be.
This crazy
Aw.
thing called the internet. And in the internet, there's some people that are big fans of any anime. And you know what they do? Based off of those old ass animes that have so much like to catch up and so many fillers in it, they give you a list of exactly what time to watch, the timestamp, where to watch it, how to watch it, and how to skip all the fillers. All you got to do is follow the list.
How
You'll
to
be good.
watch it? Oh, make sure your fireplace is nice and.
He's like, make sure you skip from episode 50 to episode 300 because all those are going to be filler in between. Like they have all this set up, dude. It's really easy to watch it. And I
No,
don't-
that's watching it with extra steps.
so you know people read the books for like Game of Thrones because they want to catch. Oh, did you watch it?
Give it no.
God, dude. Okay,
Don't yell at me. Stop.
okay,
He's gonna hit me after the episode ends.
dude.
Just so you know.
The one show that I really recommend you watching,
He never hits me hard enough. Though.
and everyone gets mad because every fan of this anime is like an evangelizer. They're like it's like its own little religion, and it's true, I guess, to a degree. Because everyone I've met that likes this anime also believes that they wanted other people to watch it. It's called One
Piece. Yeah,
One Piece.
I knew it. I was gonna try to say it before you said
God damn, dude. One Piece is so good.
it. It starts getting good after like episode 801.
But even now that we're almost 1,000 or past 1,000 episodes, they're making references to things that happened in the first season, which was over like 10, 15 years ago. Dude, the show was
Bro,
really
you gotta
good.
admit though, Naruto had like the best intro, right? The whole
Well, the
guitar, the,
music-
shredding,
yeah,
and
the
all
music
that.
is good.
Yeah, you gotta admit that.
But you know what a good song is now? Hey, can you play that song? What is it? From Jujutsu Kaisen? Your band?
Lost in Paradise from
Dude.
Ali.
Okay, play a little bit of it, please.
I got you.
Dude.
Play some.
This new anime Jujutsu Kaisen, it's fire, bro. And it has like Daddy Gojo, which is like now like he's the #1 best like anime character ever to exist, dude. The guy can wipe an existence like an entire planet by just blinking. The guy's so
It
powerful.
goes like this. Here we go.
Look at this. Check this out, bro.
I think everyone's heard the song from.
I haven't.
Oh, yeah.
Hokanokasuge.
That's Ali for
Wait,
you.
wait. Wait for it. The beat change.
Why does that sound like an anime song?
Dude, it is. And this was years before the anime ever even like was.
Well,
like,
this song has been out before
Yeah.
the anime came out, though.
Dude.
That's the thing.
they selected the perfect song for that.
If
Anime.
you guys want to hear a cool song that sounds like an anime song, but it's not an anime song, look up Bring Me the Horizon
Bro.
featuring Baby Metal. Have you,
Baby Metal. I showed him Baby Metal.
Wait,
no, no, but have you heard that Bring Me the Horizon?
What's that? Rest
Yeah,
Paradise. What was
I
it?
showed him. I showed him
The one with Baby Metal?
Baby Metal. I showed him that one. I showed him Bring Me Chocolate. Give Me Chocolate.
No. I'm saying the one Bring Me the Horizon featuring Baby Metal. Have you heard that song yet?
Wait a minute. What's that parody? What was that song called?
Ali Lost in Paradise.
Ali Lost in Paradise.
All right, well, you guys go ahead and like.
No, please.
I need to go pee.
Just look
Let
at
him go
this.
pee,
all right. Well, I don't know. Fan over Drake a bit more.
It's only a minute.
I
Dude.
gotta pee.
Let him go pee.
I need the
Whoa.
keys.
Let him go pee, man.
Okay. Have you seen Dress Up Darling?
No.
Dress Up Darling. Me personally, I have actually. I've watched the entire thing.
I think it's good.
I think it's really.
What
great.
do you think?
I think it's pretty great the way they did the story. It's
Mhm.
I don't know. I mean, a lot of the Japanese anime is based off of a nerd. He's kind of quiet, so it was very predictable what was going to happen. It was very entertaining, though. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Somewhat unique.
I wonder how much anime will change in the years to come. Because if you would have told me, or if you would have told anyone else like 20 years ago, hey, there's going to be an anime where all they do is make cosplay costumes, you're like, that sounds really stupid. I don't think that's going to go anywhere.
That's true.
But all of a sudden, it becomes one of like the biggest anime. Everything from like collections on like the posters to even like the people that do the dub voice acting became really popular, dude. Overnight,
Yeah.
almost. I don't know where. I mean, I hope there's nothing like what if even if I mean there's going to be a war. It's happening now, so that's for sure. But I hope whatever happens quickly enough so we can get back to like a good prosperity, because after every war there's always an era of prosperity. But if there's nuclear bombs being dropped, it's going to be wild as hell. I don't see like things changing in a very positive way quickly. That's another thing. Well, what's going on? See you guys nervous over here. So I hope prosperity itself like is affected positively, but it all depends on what happens in the next couple months. And that can shift the way history writes itself when it comes to our generation and our time. I often think about like that. Like, well, what would you do if you knew those were the last moments of your life? Like, it's a horrible thing to think about, but everyone has to be prepared for that. What would you do if you knew that this was the end?
You really can't do anything at that point.
So what would you do though? Knowing that nukes are flying in our direction, what would be your last thoughts? What would you want to do?
I think the public can all agree that you would most likely want to survive it, of course, and gather as much as your family you can possible to get out of that scenario or get into some sort of shelter, get an underground, get underground to actually survive whatever impact is about to come.
So if you knew the nuclear bomb was coming and there's no real way to survive, wouldn't that be just chaos, like in the streets everywhere itself? Wouldn't that just be a release of chaos everywhere?
It could be.
I mean, what would make you think that it wouldn't?
I feel like depending on what the government tells the people.
So that's my point. So if you're the government and you knew a nuclear bomb is heading this way, we try to stop it. We try to neutralize it. It's not working. It's coming straight to one of the cities that I just talked about earlier. We're going to start getting ready to retaliate. We're going to fight back against this nation that's shooting a nuclear tactical missile towards us. But in the meantime, the city down below, we can save a few lives. Do you tell them in an emergency broadcast, there's a missile heading your way, please head indoors, please, lock down or whatever? Or do you just like, let's not say nothing, because if we say something, it's going to is going to traumatize. Is going to create widespread panic. Phone lines will be going crazy because people that don't live there maybe have family outside of that city. They're all going to be calling. They're going to be trying driving away. It's going to congest the line, so even the army can't get through. What do you think the reaction of the government would be?
I mean, they're probably going to say something like
You think they would?
Yeah, they have to.
But do you think they would broadcast it to selective areas? Wouldn't you not want to broadcast it in that city? Wouldn't you want to broadcast it everywhere
you're
around?
the party
Yeah.
that this happens to, and you did not warn your people
about the coming military or nuclear
exactly.
warhead.
Do you think your party will ever be in power again? No. You have to.
Well, there's nothing left to be in power with. Like you would.
I'm saying
have
if
to
it
be.
was one nuke, there's obviously that whole thing, where like the nukes are ready to go 24/7, and like we launch all 300 nukes that we have or whatever.
Well, isn't that the scary part? The thought is if they launch one nuke, they're not going to launch one.
No, they're going to launch.
If they launch any nukes, it's the end. They're launching everything they got.
Right? No, because you can't launch one nuke and be like, okay, whoops, my bad.
Yeah, you're gonna go all out.
Because if you're trying to stop one nuke, it's already hard. But if they launch, like, how many does Russia have? Like 3,000 nukes or something, including tactical nukes.
So what we know of, like around there, but there was, I forgot what it was, but I heard this. Okay, it's not the correct numbers, all right, but there used to be, quote unquote, like 11,000. And
11,000 nukes.
So something like that. If not nukes, like warheads
that have small nuclear cargo.
Not these devastating nukes, right? Like it could have been like already like yellow cake uranium, quote unquote, this and that, right? It has to do with nukes, right?
God, why did you say that?
But it was like around. It was.
Sorry, go ahead.
It was around like 11,000, whatever. And then out of nowhere, they're like, "Hey guys, we don't know where any of this shit went." That's when the USSR like basically like fell under, and like that's how you were getting like those freaking the Russians like dressed in Adidas suits, and they're like, hey, we got this yellow cake uranium, you want to buy?
Yeah.
So they have.
Do you think they sold some of those nukes to other countries that are not friendly?
Oh no, definitely, bro, definitely. If you're Russian mafia and you have this, you're trying to get paid.
You want to buy nuke? Like a what? Nuke. Like a Nike? A nuke, you motherfuckers get all mad, smacking people across the face.
Gator.
You know what, dude? If that happens, we should all like call it a day. It's a scary thought, dude, but I've been thinking about that a little bit.
All right,
what the flow, man?
All right. Here is a philosophical question that I want to hear your guys' answer to, because you people do not have children.
Yeah, and at least Kennedy didn't want to go to war, but imagine Biden,
right?
Like, well, what? I was like, they're trying to talk to him.
War? The thing.
It's a tough one, dude.
None.
All right. So my girlfriend, soon wife to be.
Okay.
You have a girlfriend?
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Okay.
my wifey, I asked her to marry me.
Like wifey. Wi-Fi.
Wait, on the right now? Is this how you're proposing? Or what?
No, I asked her on her birthday.
Oh,
It was
She's listening,
November
man.
1st.
She is listening, so tell her how you feel. Tell her how you feel.
Baby, come back. No, so she asked.
Town.
All right.
Funky Town.
She asked me this question, and I want to hear how you guys respond.
Okay.
But your guys' response, I know, is going to be a lot more different than mine because I have children and you guys don't.
Okay.
So, Z, Einstein, Frenchie, Curly,
Right. Frenchie,
whatever,
the boys,
whatever you want. If you guys had one day to live,
Okay.
and you had, let's just say, 3-year-old,
Okay.
4-year-old, right?
You're making this.
And you had one day to live,
Okay.
and you had that child with you, what do you do? In a scenario of a nuclear war, of a nuclear bomb.
Wait a minute. That's
in a scenario of zombies.
No,
any scenario you want.
That's too broad. You have to. You have one day to live with what? From a disease? From
you
a bomb coming at 5
one
o'clock?
day. You know
it's coming at 5.
You know you have one day to live, and there was a nuclear blast, or there was a zombie. Like it literally doesn't. Okay, zombies, right? Let's just say zombies, right?
That's super unlikely. Okay, go ahead.
If it was a nuclear blast, if it was a nuclear Armageddon, right? And you're dying because of radiation, and for whatever reason your child is surviving, right? Not likely.
I hate your scenarios,
but
they're so like.
What do you do?
You throw a water jug on the ground. You tell them that's a ghost, and that's what you're going to become.
What do you do?
So
And
everyone's
you know,
dying.
You know,
Everyone's dying then, not just you. Your kids are dying too.
that's why I'm saying. Like you can put in any scenario you want, right? Like okay, like I said, zombie apocalypse or whatever, right? Like
Okay, I don't like the way you're doing this.
What do you do? Like you have one day to live, and you have a young child with you.
Okay, but wait a
And that
minute.
child's
Wait a
yours.
minute. Wait a minute. You have one day to live.
Stop deducing it and answer the question.
No, because you're not being broad enough. You're asking. I want to answer it, but you're saying you have one day to live. But do I have the ability to go on a spaceship? Like, what's my limitations? You're not giving.
You
me,
had one day to live right now. Something happened.
Is it a disease?
Something disease, whatever. Something happened today.
What each scenario is different depending on what I would do. You're asking me, what would you do? I'm like, well, it depends because
I'm telling you, if it was basically Armageddon, insert any Armageddon you want. I literally told you, like Armageddon.
Okay, then I would find a ship and get off the world, get off the planet
right now.
Well, that's what I'm telling you. Your limit. Give me the limitations.
I'm
bro.
telling you right now.
I would go and find a spaceship to get off the planet with.
What spaceship would you find to get
Elon
on the
Musk,
planet
SpaceX, go to Mars.
in one day to live?
Yeah, if I could. You're not telling me I can't do that. You're not telling me that you can only drive as far as.
I'm telling you to be real. I'm telling you to be realistic in this unrealistic scenario.
So stupid. It doesn't work, dude. You have to be specific.
I already knew you were gonna be like this.
Dude, you're bad at doing this, dude. You're
How
bad at
am I bad at doing this?
Just say, hey, you have one day to live. You can't drive out of the city that you live in, and you have a timer.
You can drive out of the city if you want.
How far can you get?
However far your
gas tank can get. Okay, that's your limit. Okay, that's what I need. Limitations to make it more believable. You can't just be like, oh, you have one day to live. Where would you teleport to? Like, dude,
you can go as far.
Go to Krypton.
You can go as far as your battery allows you.
I would go to Gotham City because I know I'm safe there. Like, what? You can't. You just. Oh my god, dude. All right, Justice League's tower. That's where I would go to. They're all the superheroes are there. They're like, where did you get here? I'm like, I'm the new janitor. I'm like, okay,
Gator.
So if you had one day to live, knowing that an Armageddon scenario is happening, but you're not being specific, so it's just any Armageddon scenario, you have one day to live. What would you do, knowing that you have kids and a wife to support or whatever, take care of?
No, not another.
Just the kids.
Yes, just the kids.
Damn, dude. What happened to her?
I don't know. Armageddon.
Okay, whatever.
Bro,
all right. So you just have them and their kids, dude. What I'm about to say right now is so like, it's I don't know, dude. I'd rather not say it. You go first.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
I probably won't. Go ahead. You go first. What would you do?
What would I do? I would spend the last minutes as if nothing is happening. Most likely just live the moment with the child, whoever I have, and just go with the flow. The worst thing you want to do is have your kid die in a panic. So if there's nothing you can do, just live the moment, pretend nothing's happening.
But they're gonna die too, though. Is that part of the example that you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna die, then there's no reason to panic. If you know your outcome.
No, I'm telling you that you're gonna die.
Oh, but they're not gonna die.
I'm telling you that you and
God, dude.
Bro,
you see what I'm saying? He makes the scenario way more like.
Give it time.
That's literally what I told you. I told you that you are gonna die.
Okay,
but your kids aren't.
Okay, in that case, then yeah, I would still do the same thing.
So you just live?
Yeah, just go with the flow with the kid because that's the last time I'm gonna see him. Yeah,
all right,
for sure.
What are you? What was your scenario?
Well, now you changed it. Now you said they're gonna live.
Bro, I did not change it. Literally,
I was expecting them to die with me.
No. Skip back and listen to what I said. I said you have a day to live, and you have young ones. You have a day to live.
Damn,
that's a hard one, dude.
Yeah, it was because I nearly almost cried when I told my girlfriend what I would do.
What, you would snuff yourself out, or what? What would you?
No, I want to hear what you said. What you think?
I don't know, because I'd want to give them information on how to survive, but it's too little time to tell them everything.
They're 3 years old.
That's my point. They're gonna probably die afterwards.
So what would you do?
Damn, dude. I don't want to die together, but I want them to survive. But I don't know what would be the best thing to tell them or show them. I mean, practical wisdom, but you can't pass that in one day. Maybe you can. Damn, bro. I don't know. That's a hard one.
So you know what I told my girlfriend? I try to romanticize it and basically just be like sleeping pills
for everybody.
Everybody.
That's what I was thinking. That's why I said it was gonna be horrible.
Yeah, no, because
I want us to all go out together in a peaceful way, because otherwise they're gonna get hunted down or something.
Exactly. In French's scenario, you die. Your children go on to suffer.
Yeah.
Like maybe.
Wait. What did you say? In what scenario?
any Armageddon scenario. That's why I said Armageddon.
Oh, I thought you called it French's scenario.
No, I said, well, okay, in French's scenario, in his scenario where he said he's
Yeah.
gonna live the moment with them, but he's gonna die.
Yeah.
So basically, his kids go on without him. Like you can
But
try to
is it guaranteed they'll be dead afterwards?
maybe not. That's the risk. That's the risk that if you're willing to take. Are you willing to like be like, okay, you know, like maybe somebody will come through and like rescue my kids, or and then you know they live full lives, you know, to the best of their ability or whatever, or
But
do you?
I don't know if it's right to keep that to yourself like that, because you don't know what's going to happen. It should, if you take action, I mean, you would be happy because you know nothing's going to happen to them, or at least because you took because you all went down together. But on the opposite hand, if you let them live, they do have the possibility of surviving. But
they
what
have
are
a
the chances?
Exactly.
Damn, dude, I don't know.
Exactly. Knowing that you have a basically like a day to live,
Man.
right?
Yeah.
Like, and you know you're gonna die,
Yeah.
but you know that your kids are like for whatever reason, right? Like you know they're not gonna die, right? But like, how is it like that's
Yeah.
one that was the hard question she asked
Damn,
me,
bro.
and I was like, damn, like I it hurts to think about it, especially because I have two young daughters, you know.
Yeah.
So like that was a scenario that I'm putting in your head because I'm putting an Armageddon scenario. Because obviously, you know, if something were to happen to you right now, and there was no Armageddon scenario, it would be you would have you still have a, you know, family, whatever, you know, to take care of your
Yeah, but if you're the only ones left, and at least of your initial family,
right.
I don't know, bro. There's no way they wouldn't have suffering. There's no way they wouldn't like go through hard times in the time to come.
Exactly.
I don't know. I think I almost feel like what you're saying might be the best case scenario, because that way you could avoid further pain for them.
Right. No, it's
But at the same time, I don't.
it's the best
dude.
worst scenario.
Otherwise, you're gonna have Funky Town happening. You know, they're gonna suffer a lot, dude.
Right. No, that and that's what I'm telling you. Like it's a hard scenario to put like, and I wanted to ask you guys because like you guys don't have children, and like, you know, it's different. It's a different like you can say it more. I don't know how to say it, like more confident because you don't have to really live it. But
I don't think you could say it any more confident because you're still gonna have to.
right. But like, the fact is that like emotionally right now, you can only think about it and only put your emotions in it right now. But if you had young ones, then you would think about it different. You know, you'd be like, oh shit, you know, like, and that's and that's what I'm saying. You know, like that's why I wanted to ask you this question, because I asked I forgot his gamer tag and how and what he went with.
Void or Frenchie?
No. Mario. Forgot his
Mario Lopez.
There you go. I asked him and basically he said it more gruesome than what I said, but you know.
The same though, right? Every parent, I think that's the worst. I don't know, dude. That's what I'm saying, dude. It's the worst because if you die, the kids watch you die. That's traumatizing.
Yeah.
And even if they somehow get the survival rush or adrenaline kick to be able to move out of the situation,
but they can't because they're young. They're three.
I know. They don't have the capacity.
Exactly.
A lot of parents have done that in the past, like in Game of Thrones, the original Game of Thrones. You remember that
in the movie,
the show?
No, I haven't seen it. I told you.
Even the original one?
No, I haven't seen it.
Jesus.
Bro.
And in one of the scenes of that show, they're getting attacked at like their castle. And what the parents do of these like rich, wealthy nobles, because they know their city's about to get sacked, they start to take sleeping pills, and a lot of the kids and parents start to die. But then at the last minute, the city gets saved. So all these people died for no reason, but they thought they was over. And that was like a very traumatic scene for the families that were involved, except for the ones in power, because they didn't even consider taking the pill until the very last second, but they were going to hold out. These other people took it right away because they were just scared.
Right, and because like it's a reality that you're facing at that situation.
Yeah,
you know,
it also depends on the Armageddon threat. If is it either way you can't avoid it, but it really depends on that threat. Is it that the water's tainted because there's a fallout? Is it a bomb falling? Is it the electric grid went out and there's people dying outside?
The reason I said an Armageddon, because you can insert like any Armageddon you want to, like obviously, and the way how I worded it, because you know, like you said, it could be like the water's tainted. Okay, you know, like the water's tainted, but you know, like there's ways to purify water, you know, and stuff like that.
If you don't have the ways, then
exactly. If you don't have the ways, like I mean, you can survive 3 days, and within those 3 days, if not even longer, you know, because you might have like, I don't know, beers, soda, whatever, right? Like you can have some sort of some form of liquid. You can still go out and like find a shelter, right? This is the reason why I formed the question the way I formed it, because you have a day. You can't really accomplish anything within a day.
Let me. Well, I mean, you could, but let me phrase
You
this.
could, but not,
let me share something with you. Earlier this week, it was getting really cold in our area. In California, it doesn't really get very cold, but because of global warming or whatever the nature forces are, it's getting colder. One of the things that happened is that our power went out. The power grid went out, and there was rolling blackouts.
Oh, you couldn't charge your car?
Well, besides that, I was thinking really deeply about this question about what would happen in a doomsday scenario, because when the power went out, I'm comfortable in the dark, at least at night. I know that even if something were to happen to me, I'd rather be asleep early. So if whatever happens, either it wakes me up or I'm done, and I go out that way. Unless somebody goes funky.
You'd rather not know.
I'd rather not know. If I can go out peacefully, I would want. That would be everybody's dream. Would be to go out peacefully, right? So as that was happening, one of the things that we noticed is that we're so comfortable with light, and we're not used to not having light, even in late night hours. Otherwise, we would be programmed by our nature's instinct, which would be to go to sleep like at 5 or 6 at sunset. So here's the scenario: the power went out, we couldn't access, and it just happens that we had switched our phone service too. So our phone needed to be activated, needed to be turned on, needed to be on Wi-Fi initially to download your profile or whatever onto the phone. So because we didn't have Wi-Fi, we didn't have phone service, we didn't have anything but like a couple of like pre-charged like LED bulbs or little like smack them and they turn on type of lights. Yeah, I know. I know. Or you touch them or whatever. So you have that.
You're like, turn off.
Exactly. You had little cheeks on the back. So we had that, and we had several candles, because this happened in the past where we just want to have candles on because we want to conserve energy. We just like that little dim setting. It's cool. But as that was happening, I thought to myself, this is only going to be at the latest tomorrow morning. We're going to have electricity, 100%. But imagine 7 days of this. Imagine 6 days of this. Imagine a month of prolonged no electricity. Not only was I thinking about the fridge, because that food is perishable, it's gone. You can't charge your phones, and even if you could, there's no one to call. There's nobody to research, unless you have a radio, but hardly anyone does now. If all these things are happening, and then I had a friend over, a brother-in-law who's like my brother, and he was using up all the lights because he was like nervous.
And all your damn toilet paper.
And the toilet paper. But the light, if somebody's not used to it and they feel uneasy in the darkness, they're going to have all the lights on. And eventually that's going to go out faster than normal. So what do you do in a prolonged period of darkness? Because there's a rolling blackout or an actual just like power grid down scenario.
So are you asking what would I do in that scenario?
Yeah, I want to ask him too. I want to ask Frenchie what he would do, but I want to ask you.
So, okay, so in my scenario, I feel I am
comfortable in the dark.
So I like the dark. I'm not even gonna lie.
Me too.
Like
like the dark.
I grew up doing night shift. My original job was night shift. I thrive in the dark for whatever reason. I really do enjoy the dark. And I mean dark as in you go outside in the desert dark. Ooh, and like you don't see shit. Yeah, you literally can't see shit. Like
it's pitch black.
Yeah, I like that kind of stuff right there. Gotcha. All right. And so if there was no electricity, okay, now in your scenario, do you mean like quote unquote fallout covering the sky and there is no sun? So it is dark 24/7.
Let's start with the parameters to this example. Let's make it really simple and easy to understand. Just imagine that the power grid is down for all the state of California, because that's where we live. There's no electricity anywhere. Not the richest, not the poorest. Yeah, a normal day all the way through, but a prolonged state of that. Yeah. So during the day there's sunny days or whatever, but during the night.
So I think I'd be good because like. I don't know.
Wait. Phrase your answer knowing this. You say you would be good, but also take in consideration what you're going to do based on what would the people around you would do, the neighbors and other people.
And that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I think I'll be good. I have means of defending myself. I have a lot of means of defending myself that my girlfriend could also defend ourselves with me. Right?
Bullets go pretty quick, though.
They do. That's why you got to know. That's where you got to be accountable for all your bullets. And I feel like I have
a follow-up. I'm going to wait.
I have enough right now No, okay, I'm like, I have a shit ton of bullets. All right, I really do. I really, really do. All right, so I'm not worried about running low on ammo anytime soon. All right, because I got a shit ton.
Okay,
Like,
but
I really do.
think about this though. You have a bunch of bullets. Let's just make that example.
Mm-hmm.
You have tons of bullets. You have tons of like weapons and ammunition. What happens if somebody with a simple bottle of alcohol throws a
Molotov.
cocktail?
First of all, it would be illegal because you need to contact the ATF in order to get your serial license number. you know I'm being for real, though, right?
It doesn't matter. We're talking about a grid down scenario.
No, okay.
They don't care about legal. Do you think they're gonna be looting legally?
First of all, this is okay.
So what I'm saying is,
let me explain to you my scenario. All right?
Your castle becomes a prison.
Right. No, it really does. It really will because all my supplies are there. So basically, I got to hold down the fort. Right. Like I have to hold down the fort because I have no other means of going out anywhere right now. Right. I'm not going to lie. I don't have a bug out bag. I am not ready to relocate if necessary. Right. I can try to at a moment's notice. I could try to, but I'm probably not going to get any far because I don't know a specific location where I would go. Right. Right now, I believe that I have at least right now, because I do stock up on emergency food. I do have MREs.
Nice.
I have MREs.
Okay.
I have dried foods. I have canned food. I prepare. I actually do. So I have right now, just on my MREs alone, I believe I have non-rationed MREs, 2,300 calories per human, per adult a day. I believe I have 3 weeks. If I needed to ration that food out right there, I can ration that food out starving, but I can ration that food out for at least 6 weeks, not including the canned food that everybody already has, in the cupboards and all that right there, because that would go
But what
first.
if you have situations where you're hungry on some days and others, like your kids, you can't control how much they eat in portions, right?
Yeah, you really can.
That's sucks, but that's what you're gonna have to do. It's sad to say, but unless you can find other food supplies, you have to ration food no matter what. Sure. It's gonna suck. It really is. And that's why I'm saying non-rationed food, I have 3 weeks of just MREs, not including what I have in the fridge that you already said, is gonna spoil, right? So that would be the first food to go.
Of course.
Right. So that's gonna be your first. Either you jerky it or you could try to jerky it, but you could you basically prepare it and basically consume it as soon as possible, right? The frozen food lasts because that will stay frozen the longest, right? So
it depends on when it happens. If it happens during the summer when the rolling blackout occurs, then that food is gone. But if it's happening in the winter,
if you have ice,
yeah, it is unless it's frozen and you do not open your freezer at all, that food will stay frozen for at least, I would say, maybe I'm stretching it at least. I want to say like 4 days.
Would you eat your MRE rations first?
No, you prepare the food that you have in your fridge first.
Okay.
The perishables that you have already, like your fruits, vegetables, meats, that goes first.
But if you have raw meat though, how you're gonna cook it in the house? But the smell is gonna escape otherwise if you're not careful. And if that happens and people around that don't have any food smell that, now you have another problem.
That's why you need to have ways of preparing, like ways of defending your castle. You have to have like no matter what, so you don't have to eat your meat. You can let it go bad, but in the reality, like you're not gonna do that. You're gonna cook
because you value it. It's the only thing you
right
have.
Exactly. So either you cook it or not. Like it's a risk you have to take.
So in this doomsday scenario, I know I've talked to a lot of different people. Some people have the opinion of like, if that happened to me, what I would do is I would escape the city as soon as possible. Take anything that's my belongings and that's useful, and I would go somewhere safe like the mountains. I would try to escape anything that this doomsday scenario could reach me at. But a lot of people would have that same mentality, but not a lot of people have the ability to survive up in the mountains.
Right.
So your idea is to buckle down. When it starts raining,
have fun.
Right, I know.
Right.
So, but your idea is to buckle down where you're at.
Yes,
and kind of play your chances.
And the only reason I'm telling you that right now is because that's the scenario I played in my head. I'm being truthful. I have not. I can lie and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to the mountains. I'm gonna survive in a freaking tent. No, I've never thought about that. Right? I don't know where to go. And let's be honest, everybody's first thing is like, I'm gonna go to the mountains. Okay, so you see all of name your city up in the mountains. You're like, hey Bob, I see you. You know, like,
there you go.
Like you see it, like so. Exactly. No, because I'm telling you right now, like my thing would be bunker down. right? Defend my castle,
Okay.
defend my people, defend. If you have like-minded people around you that you trust with your life,
Yeah.
find a way how to hook up with them. You know,
For sure.
build your.
We're not talking about sex over here.
Why
Oh,
not?
my bad.
Why not?
That's not.
Why not?
okay.
I
Okay.
mean,
Well, you said
you
hook
gotta
up.
have fun.
I didn't think that's what we were talking about here, but continue.
Yeah, so like hook up with your people that you know that you're gonna like survive with, right?
Yeah.
Like that's why a lot of people like you should have like the same mentality of like, and it's not. I hate the whole fact that like, oh my god, you're a prepper and this and that. No, like you just need to be prepared.
Yeah.
Like you know,
You
like
need to prep.
for a shit like shit hits the fan scenario, and like when I say shit hits the fan, it doesn't mean anything, right? It doesn't mean like it doesn't mean zombie apocalypse, it doesn't mean nuclear war.
Because in
and
my
that.
example, we're just talking about the power down scenario.
Right, exactly. You know,
Yeah.
so it's in a
That's,
situation
those
like
are
that.
just riots. gonna
Yeah,
happen.
no, like exactly, like I'm telling you, I have food that will supply me and my family for at least a good month and a half right now, and I'm telling you this as I need to go to the store and buy food
There you go.
because I have no.
We
food.
have tons of food to last us a month and a half.
Right,
Don't we?
so you gotta like, but you
There
have
you
to
go.
have like a
Plenty of cans of beans and rice.
right. I mean, and that's honestly good. Like even if you just stock up on beans and rice, you're gonna get tired of it
How
fast.
many
but
5-gallon water bottles do you have?
None.
What?
Yeah, believe it or not,
Dude, I want to smack you. How are you gonna
No.
talk all this about prepping? You have all this ammo but no
Bro,
water. You're gonna kill your
I know
neighbors.
that's the dumb part of me because I can.
You
I
know how
can-
essential water
Bro,
is.
I
I want
can-
to smack you,
Bro, I can lie to you and tell you that I'm prepared with water.
Bro.
That's the worst thing. I'm prepared with
You
water.
live in the most drought-heavy state in like the world. Like, how can you not have water?
No, okay. Go
Wow.
ahead, shame me on that. That's the part that I need to like prepare myself with. It's just the quote unquote excuse that I say is that like I literally don't have room to like store water. I used to have water, but then like
Those became ammo crates.
This is the bad part of us is that like when we have it, we're like, okay, well, you know, like I forgot to fill up my water bottle. Let me just grab this water bottle real quick. And that's the part that we need to get like. That's the part that we need to like, you know, like stop, like get our behavior away from that right there, you know, because as soon as we have water, we're like, you know, we'll just use it, you know. But yeah, so I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm being truthful, you know. Like I could be like, oh yeah, I have water. No, I really don't.
Damn, bro.
You know, but
I think getting filters is very crucial, honestly.
I have filters.
Good.
Yeah.
But if the water lines stop too, because the power line, if the powers go down, you'll have water for maybe 1 or 2 days because that's all that's in the reservoir pipes. Once
And that's what I was talking about.
you're
That's why I was talking about earlier that there is this bag on Amazon that you can buy.
Okay. Oh, let me ask you this: do you know how the water gets to your house?
Like you say, a rain dance, right?
That's a good one. That's how you.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I don't.
Politicians
I
change
don't,
that.
Right? Damn it.
You're not allowed to do the rain dance.
Thanks,
rain
freaking
dance.
AOC,
Elizabeth
baby.
Warren.
I'm
There you
scared.
go.
So the way the water gets to everyone's home, whether you live in Chicago, whether you live in Miami, New York, California, is through electrical water pumps.
Right.
Exactly.
If the electricity stops working in the entire town,
You're screwed.
that water, whatever's in the pipes, when you open the faucet, once that water drips down to the end,
That's it.
that's it, dude.
Yep.
Right.
So unless you can get to the water filtration system and steal some water,
Or you find a water pump.
or you find another water pump, or you live out in the ranch where you have your own pump,
yeah, like a manual,
Yeah.
like a water well.
yeah, you are done with water.
All right. No, definitely.
And then there's no heating because no electricity.
Exactly.
There's no AC, no
I
electricity.
have
If you have solar panels, your house is about to get attacked by
The-
somebody with ammunition.
right.
Exactly.
So-
Yeah.
The
You got to board that up.
oh, that's funny. There's a meme out there in the gun community.
It's like we could just take what we need.
Bro,
instead,
no, really.
instead of a. I've heard that.
there's a meme in the gun community where you're like, oh, your food it becomes my food.
Exactly.
No
I've seen that meme.
Wow.
So the moment you're good with your aim and you have tons of ammunition, you're like, I'm just going to look for a prepper who's by himself with him and his wife and his 2 kids. And at that point, that's my house.
Right?
You know,
No, it
that's
really
my
is
stuff.
because that's how it goes.
So those preppers are waiting for you to come out of
unfortunately,
here because they're part of that gun community too.
It's sad,
Right.
but yeah, that's how the cookie
right. No,
crumbles.
but like so in the winter scenario, I have a kit that's a quote unquote a fire kit. So basically, it has like hand warmers, it has some candles, it has these. What I love to do is I go and buy you've seen those little like those little gel fuel things that like at weddings or like
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They're like gelatin petroleum. Or
yeah,
something.
yeah. So I have a shit ton of those. Like I have ways of heating, right? That doesn't require electricity. You know, you got blankets, you got heavy clothing, you have all this good stuff right here, right? So like on a warm type scenario, I think I'm covered, not as much as I would like to be, but I'm good enough to we'll survive. Because let's be honest, in this area that we're at, it doesn't get below freezing.
Okay.
You know, so we'll be good on that part right there.
Okay.
You
So
know?
so let me say this. The reason why I brought up the power is because it recently happened to us, really in our block.
Yeah.
Okay. But then as
It happened to me too. Yeah, like
So it happened
there was a power out here.
we have rolling blackouts in different parts of the town, right?
Yeah, because we decided to go green.
Yeah, and we can't support the grid. So here,
Bro, how good is it that a week before California says, "Hey, we're banning gas-fired vehicles," then the governor then says, "Hey, stop charging your vehicle because we need the power." Anyways, keep on.
Okay, so imagine this. As we know that when the power grid goes down, all these things are like domino effects of it. One of the things that has been explained to us one of the things that has been explained to us is that if they know that a nuke is coming to our town or anywhere nearby where fallout will happen, they will shut down the power grid. The reasoning is when a nuclear bomb falls, there's an EMP blast that will disable and destroy anything that's electrical.
Right.
So rather than letting it go to waste and letting those power lines completely go down forever because of our
You can't
structure,
have a Faraday cage.
they will turn off all the lights, all the structures that use electricity in order to save them from the initial blast of a nuclear bomb.
Right, and if you wanted to, you can it's so simple to make a Faraday cage also as well. You can even buy some on Amazon. This is like a little Faraday bag. Like you know what I'm talking about, right?
Explain it. I don't think
so. A Faraday cage is basically all you literally do is just basically buy it's just basically a box lined with foil.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all it is. So it's a Faraday. So it blocks the EMP. It blocks that, and your electronic devices are safe.
I don't think that works with a nuclear bomb, but that works with most things.
There is if you wanted to make a homemade one, it probably wouldn't work. But if you actually buy a legit, and they're not, bro, you can go on Amazon and buy a Faraday bag. They quote unquote are tested to withstand an EMP. So.
But
whether it works or not,
but an EMP of what caliber? Does it is that?
That's why.
Oh,
that's why. Either you have one or you don't. Whether you're trusted or you don't. Either way, if you have it and it works, it works. If you have it and it didn't work, oh well, guess what? It didn't work. Mm-hmm. Right. That's another thing that I want to prepare on is that I want to, as soon as I am done paying off all my debts, which I am almost close on doing, my next major financial purchase is going to be a battery bank. So like a solar battery bank. This way I'm able to charge devices if I need to, charge batteries, have light, artificial light. That's gonna be my next, have that to be able to power my refrigerator, a small freezer, whatever it is, that's gonna be my next purchase right there. Would be basically like a what's it called, zero something, but there's a bunch of and I've seen some on YouTube, but you can make them on YouTube too, or you can make your own.
So as a nuclear bomb gets closer to the city's instructed based on the plan of action is to disable all electric devices, disable the power grid, and then make sure that they give an announcement to the city through an emergency broadcast system that the nuclear bomb is heading to the town. So the townspeople then have a few minutes then to turn around and try to find somewhere safe to be in. Again, here's the point. If you try to find somewhere safe, be mindful that the only real safe place is indoors or underground.
Mostly underground.
And underground is where you want to be.
There is really no, unless that indoor place is surrounded by at least minimum of 6 feet of concrete, you're done.
You're going to get probably cooked if it's nearby. If it's not nearby, you might not get cooked, but then the fallout will definitely get you.
And and you were saying earlier, duct tape.
Do you have to duct tape?
Legit? Yeah, so
the air vents, the windows, the door frames.
Turn off your AC. Turn off your fan.
Duct tape those vents.
Go in the restrooms. Turn off those fans. But then again, you probably won't have power, so you really don't need to worry about that right there. But tape anywhere that you think you have air coming in or out. Tape it up.
Definitely, for sure.
And another quick thing right there. Have 2x4s ready and barricade yourself in your door.
Yeah, you really never know when someone's going to try to take you over. So
yeah,
really good
and
recommend.
it's gonna be a sad scenario because you want to be like, oh, you know what, well, as a civil society, we'll just we'll rebuild ourselves. It's not gonna be that way.
It's not gonna be that way.
It's not gonna be that way, homie.
America's only America because we had to like violently fight each
right.
state to
If you
make them
come at me
united.
in an apocalyptic scenario, if you come at me funny, you're done.
Yeah,
You have to make sure you're more accurate and faster than me with your gun. Because if you like in one of those scenarios, like if you come at me and like we're like my gun is gonna be pointed to you as soon as you're gone. Like you need to be like walk away like 3 miles away.
This is one of the things I wanted to talk about. You know how when you first meet somebody and you're like, I don't really like them, but then over time you get to know them, you're like, oh, they're really cool.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen in an apocalyptic scenario.
Oh no, for sure it doesn't.
That 1 second we're like, I don't trust this guy, it's done. Like his head's blown off. It's just that's it.
No, for real.
You would hate to say that because you want everyone to be loving and acceptance, but there's a quote from the Joker, and I love to say that quote because it's so true.
Why so serious?
People are only what? What's this quote?
I said why so serious?
No, not that one. What's the other quote?
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman. This guy.
People are only as good as they're allowed to be.
Yeah.
So when that changes, everything changes. If your religion says these people are no longer, they used to be your brothers yesterday. As of today, you can't talk to them. Guess what people are going to do? They're not going to talk to them. They don't fight the power. They join it. People are only as good as they're allowed to be. If you said that the nation is united, even if you don't like it, you'll go along with it. But if you say now the left is wrong or now the right is wrong, guess what? Now you're going to follow that doctrine.
Right. No, and it's true because like,
so the power goes out and you're like, I want to be nice to people, but you see them shooting at each other. You're like, guess what? I need to find a way to defend myself.
Right. No, because like if this scenario happened right now, out of us three, Z, I would trust you halfways. And no offense, Frenchie, but I wouldn't trust you. Why? Because and I'm not talking shit, right? But I don't know you. I've only known you like the few times that we met. So Z, I will only trust him halfway because like, I mean, I've known him since like a long time, but I really don't know him other than the podcast,
Yeah.
And we've humped so many times. For sure. So, and so I'm just being honest, I trust him halfway. Yeah.
It's a natural,
so like
it's a natural thing.
Yeah, exactly. So I would be more trusting of him than I would you. And it sucks to say though, but no, in this case scenario, it's
survival,
it's either me or you. And honestly, it's going to be me over you.
Exactly.
And that's how people are going to be.
Yeah.
Especially if you're hungry, especially if you're desperate, you're going to do things.
I would not be afraid. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't be afraid of a fat person unless it was one of those guys that wears like what are they called? No. Serious. Like the ones that wear the aviators, the ones that wear those police visors.
Yeah.
Because those are gun guys. I would be afraid of them. This is a regular fat guy with like rounded glasses. I'm like, he's all right. He won't do nothing.
Yeah. Because if you came up to me in my little tribe,
dude, if you had a gun like those aviators on, immediately I'm like, I can't trust this guy because they're gun dudes.
Good thing I don't wear aviators. So.
I mean, if you did, that'd be dangerous. I seen some of your profile photos, bro. Have you seen that, dude?
No,
Have you seen that meme with aviator photos?
Yeah.
Those are the guys.
I know what you're talking about.
They're good people, but you need to get to know them for a month, and you don't have a month when you're deciding over who's going to take.
Right, because I mean, in my little scenario, if we're not a close, tight knit circle, you're not coming in.
How many people are in that circle?
Not a lot.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, even your sister, would you trust her? Would you have your food? You got to feed your family. Your mom or dad for sure.
No. So in this scenario, to be honest, if shit happens, I'm sorry. You guys know because like my family, we already know like to be preparing. Like we
shoot your ass like nah.
We know like like when it comes down to it, like we're gonna help each other out, but at the same time, like you gotta fend for your own also. My family isn't close to me. So if we wanted to get together, we would need to travel, and that's the most dangerous part right there,
bro. I think the moment that the people that believe in love and acceptance, I think those are the best people for a society to grow peacefully. But the moment the power grid goes down and it's a live or die scenario, those are the people that you definitely don't want around.
Right.
No, those are the people that be like, let's trust that person that's down the street. Like, you don't know if there's an ambush. You don't know what's going on.
Those are the same people that say only cops should have guns. Only the government should have guns.
I want those people so far away from me, bro, when that happens, because it's going to be eat or die, bro.
Right.
And everyone's going to want to eat.
Right. And you know what's funny though?
This
Oh my
is
god!
not
So
good,
every time we watch a movie, like if it's either World War Z, it could be
Dude,
like
I would leave Bad Bunny on the road. I don't even care who they are,
bro.
dude.
Like it. Oh, and talking about that, and talking about the stuff, like in my preparation stuff, I have stuff to barter with as well. You know, so like you,
I can't imagine you bartering in like an Armageddon scenario.
if
Because you have to trust them enough to be able to even trade.
if I want food,
I'll take your
and
wife
they
for these
need
things.
and they need some bullets, I will be giving them the bullets with my gun pointed at them until they go away.
But you don't even know if someone's in the bush pointing at you, waiting for that exchange.
And that's the risk you're willing to take,
bro. I can't, dude,
bro.
I'm panicking just thinking. I'm
I'm
not panicking, but
what
I would be so cautious looking like, yo, dude.
No, exactly. That's why, bro. So in this scenario, right?
Yeah.
If
my tribe,
listen,
my people will be hiding
okay,
in the bushes.
in this-
I will take you out, bro.
no,
If you're in my tribe,
bro,
we're gonna survive to the end, bro.
and that's fine because that's the mentality, right? Like you're gonna be like, I'm gonna be trading with something. I'm gonna be trading with something that I want, right? If you want to be civil about it, cool. You civil about it. We'll be civil about it. But I'm gonna have another, like you said, you're gonna have people hiding in the bush. You know,
Hell yeah, dude. There's no way I'm gonna let that.
no,
do this.
obviously. But like in your scenario, so here's another thing that I didn't say. In this scenario where if there was a blackout, right? And if there was a blackout, I would be the one that'd be staying up at night. Right?
Hell yeah,
as
100%,
my girlfriend,
dude.
as my girlfriend and my baby.
I would tell my
sleep.
family nothing to worry about. Stay calm, and while they're sleeping, I'm awake, listening to everything that's happening.
Yep.
I'm waiting. I'm fainting. I'm making it fake sense that I'm calm, so they can be calm.
Right.
The moment they're asleep, I'm on, dude. I'm like,
Yeah,
I have
no.
to go hunting tonight. I'm taking somebody out, bro.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. Oh, eat this meat. What is it?
Don't worry about it.
Deer
Just
meat.
eat it.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
I just
it's
wanna
kind of
take
chewy.
pictures
Well,
of
it is
you.
what it is. Eat it,
Yeah.
dude.
No.
I will be in survival mode
Right.
so
No.
quick,
And
bro.
then during the day, that's when
Cannibalize.
that's when I will rest, but be on the ready, you know. And then like it will be up to now my girlfriend to like, you know, be the first arm, you know. And that's just saying if it's only us, right? But like I said, that's why you want to build like
Ideally, you want to have a group, a small
Exactly.
tribe that you can.
exactly.
move
You
with.
want
A
you want
settlement.
you want to take shifts.
That's
you
why
know?
when I was hearing you say that, I would buckle down in my couch. I'm like, that's like the last thing I would do. I would move quickly. I just like I'm playing Fortnite. It's like,
Fallout, bro.
I have to move. I can't stay in one place. There's too much danger.
Okay,
You got to build a settlement, man.
listen
That's
here.
the worst thing you can do.
Listen,
You never want to stay in one place,
listen. If it was to happen, everybody, as soon as something happens like that,
Yeah.
everybody's on flight or fight mode,
bro. Well,
Yeah.
the smart people,
right?
I mean, just look at COVID. When COVID happened, everyone was going, crazy.
Anybody
just for
who believes in
paper,
Listen here.
acceptance, they're going to be gone
Listen
within
here.
the first week.
You know
dude.
why? You know why I said
They're gone.
You know why I said bunker down? In a scenario where this happens, both of you guys go find somewhere where to be, right? How many other thousands of people are doing the same thing?
Exactly.
How many other thousands of people saw your shiny necklace and like, I don't have that shiny necklace. Let me now get it.
I don't
Yeah.
think they go
Why?
that far.
Because-
maybe they'll need his glasses.
There you
All right,
go.
or whatever, right? They saw you out of nowhere, like you thought you concealing your handgun perfect, and you weren't. And they're like, ah, shit, I don't have a gun.
I needed that gun. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
my scenario would be hunker down till quote unquote the panic is over.
Okay.
Then maybe go out.
Okay. There's two.
When it happens, I want to make sure that I am safe in my area that I know, bro. I know where I live.
Dude,
Right,
I've seen two kinds of people. The kind of people that believe I'm going now at 3 with you. But here's the two type of people. From all the people that I've talked to, here are the top 2 scenarios. One, blackout happens. We're in an Armageddon mode. I'm gonna roll to the next town. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go to the outskirts, like we talked about. The second type of person says, I'm taking my guns, and I know my neighborhood well enough, and I'm about to reduce the amount of people footprint in my neighborhood. And I've talked to several people like that. And I'm like, what? He's like, I would go from door to door. I would make sure that their suffering ends quickly, and I would take any supplies I can from them. I'm like, you're the executioner? That's what you want to do? He's like, if it comes down to it, bro, there's nothing that we can do. I'm like,
There's
wow.
basically no rules.
But that's and I know them well. And I'm like, you would do that? He's like, yeah, you're just lucky I'm not in your neighborhood, because I would definitely do that. I would definitely just want to end things
There you
for
go.
everyone else, because I know a lot of elderly people and stuff, and I would want them to die peacefully. So I would go over there and end that. I'm like, dude, that's insane. So I'm hearing him say that, and I'm thinking to myself, good thing I live far. And also, if he comes knocking on the door, even though I know him, and now that I know more about his way of thinking, this is it. Like, I can't trust him,
No, if anybody, bro, like,
because I would want to have a tight group, but I want us to go through it.
Like, and this is why I said this scenario, right? If something were to happen, I trust UZ half. I trust Frenchie nothing. You know, so if he came knocking on my door,
I trust you 80%.
and that's good.
I think that the other 20, you'd have some moments where you kind of go crazy. If, like, your daughter's in danger, I'm like, bro, the whole group can die. He's like, well, I don't care. I'm like, oh shit, give me the gun, give me the gun.
There you go.
Right, no,
I feel like he would go after
bro,
it.
and that's right, because you don't know anybody's true intentions until they're pushed to the limit.
Exactly.
That's true.
And that's why I told you I would trust,
sure.
and I'm being 100% honest. I would trust you half, and I would trust Frenchie nothing. Right. So if
That's fine, bro.
Right,
We just met.
bro.
We just met. It's
If both of you
100%
guys,
okay.
if both of you guys came to my door right now, Z's probably coming in. Frenchie, sorry man, you gotta take a hike.
I gotta take a hike.
You know,
and that's totally
Especially if you
fine.
know how much toilet paper the guy uses.
There you
Like,
go.
dude, we
you know,
very
and I would
limited
expect, I would expect you to do the same thing. Or if not, as soon as I turn around, I have a bullet in my head. You know,
There you go.
and that's the scenario it goes, because you don't know, and like, bro, like you just don't know. Like, you can come in with the best intentions, and you're like, damn, this guy really does have a lot of food.
You know what's
okay, well,
crazy
he's
too?
why is he the only one with the gun? How come he's not giving me a gun?
Exactly.
You know?
what's crazy? A lot of psychiatrists, for as much as they know and study the human mind, they're the first ones that move out to the middle of nowhere, and they're the ones that hunker down too, even though they say they don't.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, like, there was this Reddit post 4 years ago, and I remember that it had the name and list of, like, besides Jordan Peterson, but a few other people that had moved to the United States, and it had all their gun purchases, because it's public information to some degree. I mean, it's not supposed to be, but it is. They have all these records of all the purchases they made. They have hella firearms, and they live in the middle of, like, Wyoming, in the middle of nowhere. I'm like, dude, so these psychiatrists that know human, like, beings well enough to know what they're willing to do.
When
Dude,
I had
prepped,
when I had the ability to move somewhere else, bro,
They
I'm not
ain't
living in the city. I'm going out.
Oh,
I'm
no,
going
No,
out
but
of
you're
country.
gonna hunker down. That's what you just said.
And that's what I'm telling you. No,
City's
I
the
trust him
worst
75% now. Like,
no, bro.
he's changing.
I told you right now, because obviously you know where I live right now, right? This isn't my ideal place where to be. I don't want to be in a city. I am in a city. I hate the city. Like, everybody around me knows that I don't like city living.
Yeah.
I'd be in a country. As soon as I get the means, I'm moving out of the city. I'm going to the country, right? And like, then my whole hunker down scenario would be more, applicable, right? But as of right now, like I told you, as soon as she hits the fan, everybody is quick to leave.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's gonna be quick to leave. So
For sure.
you're gonna be leaving with thousands of other people that are now, like, they're running and they're like, oh shit, I forgot my coat. It's cold as shit outside. The blast is over there. Hey, look, Z has his nice sweater. Oh shit, he tripped.
Too late.
Bro,
Bye-bye.
that's what I'm telling you.
Double tap, baby.
Right?
Double tap, baby.
Make
There you
sure
go.
if you're gonna
Right?
shoot, it's done, dude.
I would,
Juggernog. There you go.
if I could and if I knew, I would hunker down until I now feel ready that I'm okay.
How many days would you give it? Because you don't have enough food for a whole month. You say you have stored, but really, it's
I
not
mean, he
gonna
has
be
MERs though, so he
MREs.
MREs.
No, like I told you, like rationing.
Medical ration. What is it?
Meal ready to eat.
meal
ready
ready
to eat meals. Yeah.
Yeah. So no, like I'm telling you, comfortably, because I've already done the math and all that right there. Like I know, right? So I know. I have in MREs alone rationing. I have a month. I have at least 4 to 5 weeks of MREs that I have. Right. So I already know, because I already played all this in my head. Everybody knows, like, so that's if I ration, right? If I don't ration and if I eat, like, okay, I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat this, right? Then I have 2 weeks. But in a shit it's a fast scenario, that's not how you think. You think automatically you go into ration mode, right? So just in my MREs alone, not including the canned food that I have in the cupboards right now, I have at least 5 weeks right now. With the canned food and all that rationing, I have 7-8 weeks.
Yeah, dude. Imagine just how the cops are, like, always on edge, and they're like, "The guys, I'm just eating Taco Bell. What'd you do? What are you doing?" They're always like panicking.
Right.
That's how everyone's gonna be who has a gun.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, for
And
sure.
it's like, I'm just eating a taco right here. No, I don't trust you. Pa, 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 pa. Like,
Boom.
it's
No,
that's-
if you get
You are
get close enough to where, in my scenario right now, right? If I can
On the
see
other side of the pool
if
of the
I can
studio.
see your eyes, if I can see your eyes and, like, I can make out the facial expressions that you're doing, you're way too close to me.
Oh yeah.
That's how
So
I'm
would
gonna
you
be.
leave someone alone if they're, like, far enough that you can't see their
Yeah,
face?
I would not engage.
Jesus, bro.
Wow.
I would want you in my group. You know why?
There you go.
Why?
I would want you to be the guy walking in the field, and I'd have French be like, "Here's the sniper rifle. You aim at that guy who's ignoring us and focused on him walking, and you shoot him as soon as he doesn't engage, and then we're taking everything he has."
I mean, that's cool.
That's what I would do. I'm
That's
just
cool.
letting you know, bro. I know that sounds crazy, but
I'm not engaging you because I don't want to miss, and then now my supply of bullets runs low.
dude,
Unless you're a threat, and unless
This
I
guy's
know
aim is so good. I need him with a snipe, and I need him to not panic. I'm like, breathe, hold your breath, and then shoot at that guy over
he's saying who?
there.
Me?
You.
You're
Well,
French.
I don't know about that, but
No, bro, he's French. That's why he's gonna run
French
away.
P.
French P, man.
He's a
all
French
day,
piece, baby.
French P all day, every day. But I don't know. I feel like I am not all that great.
So
with
guys,
shooting.
make sure you cannot. If
Wait,
anything happens,
wait.
you cannot make
Wait,
sure.
I want to hear what you would do.
as a
Make me trust you more, or I'm gonna trust you less.
All right, go for it. Ask me a question.
What would you do in that scenario? The rolling blackouts. There's no time when the power's gonna go back on. We're in an Armageddon scenario. The war is starting.
Wait till it happens. Wait till it happens, bro. You barely came over here. It's gonna happen.
For real.
As soon as watch, we traumatize him so much. As soon as the light goes out, like
I mean,
and
this is gonna be
turning
something.
off the light.
This is gonna be
He's on
something that-
choking me out. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, just in case.
This is gonna be something that's gonna happen in every part of the U.S. It's not just in California.
It will happen, dude.
So,
it will. I don't think
It's. I feel like if anything, it's gonna hit a lot harder in Chicago than here in California. That's for sure. Because I'm like 15 minutes away from the city. You guys are like far away from any type of skyscrapers that I can even think of. So
Right. No,
but it's not about the structure. It's about the people. You have to
Yeah,
pay
no,
people.
he's more in the populated dense area.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
A lot more popular. You know, you guys are.
Dude, if they steal your
On the
Cadillac
deck.
converters,
And he's also in Chicago, so everybody has a gun.
everybody
Even-
got a freaking gun
Yeah,
out there,
if they
man.
steal your car wheels, they
Yeah,
steal
there you
your
go.
Cadillac converters, and there's police there.
So it
Imagine
should
when
be-
there's no police.
It should be easy out here rather than over there. So if
Oh no,
anything,
definitely. If you are in a urban scenario and there is a city around you, I feel bad for you.
yeah, like New York, Chicago,
Oh, New York is
Miami,
done, bro.
New York,
The
bro.
whole building is burning. There's,
Exactly.
I would not.
That's
all those like those little TikToks, like, you want to come up and see my apartment? Like, that's gonna be completely different, bro. Completely different.
You want to come see my settlement establishment?
Yeah,
Come on, check it out.
exactly, yeah.
I got you.
Check out these slaves I got. It's like, what, dude?
There you go.
Yeah, they didn't. Give
Look
me
at all
any
these
food.
rations we got here.
Dude, it's gonna. Yeah. So what would? Yeah.
What would I do? Me personally, I would pretty much essentially whatever group I'm with is going to be the group that I will settle with. That's if I'm not solo, of course, you know. So
You could have
if
some
I were to
fat
go to
chicks.
solo, I would go solo, man. There's nothing wrong with that.
I can't trust fat men or women. I was just like, you're gonna be tired. They're gonna be hungry. They're gonna easily betray us for food because they're not thinking right. I can't have them around, dude. I need people that I know that work out, that they don't. If I watch them work out and they sweat and they push through pain, I want them on my team. If I see them go, I'm tired, man, out, can't have that weakness, dude. If I'm not willing to do that, I don't want you to do that. For reals, dude.
No, and
You're
I
gonna
get
have-
you.
are you gonna have those people?
No, I'm laughing because I completely understand.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
right?
no, I really do.
You're gonna be like, yo, you're on board, and then you find him eating all your rations. Like, what the, dude? We have family, dude. What are you doing? He's
What
like,
about the baby?
I was hungry.
What's that- what's that one,
We hiked for 3 miles. I'm like, bro.
I'm depressed.
Oh, what's that?
now you ate all
There
the
was an
rations.
episode. There was an
Great.
episode of American Dad where
Sorry,
Stan-
I'll get back to. I promise.
There's an
I'm
episode
sorry.
of American Dad where Stan tells his kid that he needs to leave because he ratted him out to the NSA, and he's like, okay, I guess I'll leave. So he packs up his food in his backpack and he's getting ready to go out, and he barely makes it to the front door and it's raining. He's like, oh, I'm so sad. Let me just eat a little bit. And then, he really makes it out the door,
Dude.
and then by the time he gets to his hideout,
He's
like,
used all the food
yeah,
already.
he's like, I shouldn't have ate everything.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I can't trust that group. I'm sorry, but go ahead. What would you? Okay, so the group you're with is the group you would hunker down with.
Pretty much, essentially, whatever you're, because
You wouldn't kill any of them off,
in the end of the
or
day,
kick them off on their own.
I would not. No, I believe in second chance. If I know the person, of course, you know. But if I do not know you, of course, you're gonna give the person a warning. You know, if it's your neighbor, your random creep neighbor, you're not gonna want them in your group, of course. So it all comes down to who you really trust and who you're bonded with, because you're not really going to choose, oh yeah, I'm gonna want this person, I'm gonna want this person
Hey.
and that person in my group. No, you're not gonna get that choice. You're gonna have, you know, essentially who you have there and there. That's it.
Hey,
So,
I love you, bro. I'm saying it on air.
I love you too.
I'm
man.
proposing how much I love your
Oh
family.
my God, he's proposing.
Yeah, he's
But-
proposed to me now, right?
He's
If
on
you-
one knee.
If you
Oh my
faint,
God, it's happening. It's happening.
if you
happening.
faint easily from
It's
low
fine.
blood sugar,
You're screwed.
that's a
man.
problem, bro.
If you faint easily from low blood sugar and Z's right there eating a Snickers in front of you, bro, you're gone.
Yeah, I'm gone, bro.
Bro.
That's it. There and there.
There's I
Gator,
know
gator.
a lot of the friends you know. We know a lot of people. You know a lot of my friends. Do you really wouldn't consider leaving any of them behind? I would leave a lot of my friends behind. I'm just telling you right now.
Well, in that case, they're not really.
I'll be
friends
waiting
then.
after you.
Yeah, they are. They're my friends, but I'll leave them
I'll be
behind.
waiting
and I
after-
expect them to
then-
leave me behind if they think I'm weak. I don't want them to take
I'll be
me.
running after
Just-
you behind you with a microphone, be like, but the podcast.
But let's be honest, though. If you're willing to leave someone behind, they're not really your friend. Then
They are.
No, bro, they are right now. Like
They are your friend.
bro. We're homies right now.
like a true friend, they would understand your true feelings.
Yeah, and I'm like,
yo,
and I understand your feelings. You stay here.
In that
because
in that
I'm
case,
wanting
yeah,
to
I
live.
understand.
I'm not gonna be like, boom. No.
I'm out.
I mean, no,
Okay.
that's a nice way to do it too, though. So they don't have to suffer
You're
later.
gonna be like, what of mice and men? You're gonna be like, look at the rabbit or whatever. The ending scenario.
Yeah, and that's how he killed him. Yeah,
Yeah.
because he wanted him to die peacefully. But no, I wouldn't do that to them. But I wouldn't want to be around them. Like, yo, man, if we see each other out there from the moment we leave this room, I want you to know that you were my friend.
And it has nothing.
But now
friendship. Yep.
Now we don't know each
It has
other.
nothing to do with it because, like I told you right now, I have a month of food supply. That's mine. That's not yours. I'm not sharing with you. That's me and my family. My family comes first before you, bro. We can be homies, right? But it's not my fault you didn't prepare.
No, that's for sure. No, I got 6 months, bro. I'm good.
You know, so
I am good.
that's what I'm telling you. You
so
know,
you wouldn't leave anybody behind. First of all, let's reiterate that.
Well,
if it's an Armageddon scenario, like life and death scenario, you're starting to pick out your groups that you're going to be sticking with for the rest of this.
If I get to pick my own group, I'm set.
Well, I mean, would you call your friends? Would you?
He's gonna be like, I'm gonna have John Cena for this.
I'm freaking set. If I can pick my own group, my own friends, the people that I know, I'm
Okay.
good. I'm good to go for sure.
Bro, everybody, you're from Chicago, bro. And you know everybody with guns.
This guy.
Well, I mean, violence.
The Tommers have guns.
We talked about violence being the ultimate way to barter.
Oh no, we did, and I agreed with you.
And plus,
and Phil did not.
Hey, look, quick,
Boyd was like, I don't think.
let
so.
me add a thing. I know I have actually came across a couple of abandoned bunkers, or decommissions, you can say, bunkers that could be potentially used for Fallout. So those I actually know and know how
but
to
you
get
have to be able to get to them.
That
I
bro.
I can get to. They're in forests, okay, covered in a bunch of crap. They're empty.
But there's no cameras or anything. How would you know?
And listen here,
Nothing.
listen here, bro. You know them, and there's at least other 50 people that know about them too. So now it's you versus those 50 people.
And
you're not the only one that knows about it.
well,
bro.
and your group of people have to be like, oh, it's dirty, and you don't have the time to explain. It's the safest place to be. You don't have, and they're even questioning.
Oh no, the
there.
people that I'll choose are not even gonna question. They're gonna be like, okay, here it is, let's go, we're good to go.
And you have to make sure that the girls and guys that are with you, you have to make sure they're not squeamish. Because if someone's out there like walking on branches looking for for people or hunting, and one of the girls or guys like making noises, and the guy's like, "What's that?" You know what a hunter would do? They'll be like, "Dude, I don't know what that is. I'm gonna shoot first and then ask later."
Bro, you know what's so funny?
You're opening yourself up.
You know what's so funny about all these conversations that we're having?
Yeah,
I've had these conversations with my girlfriend before, and before our kids, you want to know what her response was? I told her if a zombie apocalypse happened right now, you want to know what her response was?
What?
Guess. I bet you can guess.
She wants to protect everybody and love everybody.
No.
Oh, why
does she die?
She would be willing to.
Yep.
She's so scared of the idea of living in that kind of world.
Yep. That she would not even try. She would just die.
Wow, dude. So what would you do in your castle then?
Well, I mean,
do you have sleeping pills? What
right? I mean, like now. Now that we have kids, her answer changed.
She wants to live for them. Of course, she wants to fight to the death.
But it's crazy though, like that, because we've gone through these scenarios so much, and I told her, I'm like, okay, if this happens, what will happen? Oh, I'm done. I'm done. And I'm like, no, I'll try to fight. I'm like, cool, I'll try to fight. She's like, oh, what if I become a zombie? I love you, but boom, you have a new hole in your head,
bro. I'm telling you, dude. The moment
violent,
dude. But that's the way, dude.
That's the way it is, though.
The way of the world right now is peace and love, because there is peace, enough peace for you to be able to get along, for you to be able to care for each other. But in the world of a scenario of a very likely power outage, of a very likely wartime being called into question, you can't have the luxury of being nice to people.
No, that makes sense.
If you have old people you're taking care of, now your whole team, their whole group is now being left behind.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah.
But you trust your entire group enough to be like, I'm not leaving anyone behind. We're going to continue to the very end together.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Definitely. I do not agree with the whole point of putting a bullet in someone's head just because they stole a couple of rations.
You're going to have to, because they might come back. They can damage.
Yeah, I don't believe in that.
They could kill your mom, your dad. You don't know what they are. You don't know how dangerous they are.
Well, you want to just put distance with the person. You know, if the person starts to attack you, starts to attack your family members and stuff, then that's a whole different thing. Now, if they're just stealing rations and getting away, well, let them get away, dude. You're not just going to kill them for that. They're survival, dude. They're just trying to survive.
Yeah, and what is survival? Living.
Exactly.
They're willing to steal from you your food to live.
Look, I'll put it simple. If that's what's going to allow you to sleep at night, then go for it. If you can sleep at night, putting someone down to their grave, go for it. I'm not willing to do that though.
dude.
If I'm married with someone in the future, whoever it is, or I have a close friend, if someone just comes, starts to knife them, not that Hollywood crap, starts to knife them down, okay, I'll do something, but I'm not going to go down to the point
But
where
it's
I'm
too
just
late.
going
If
to.
you see them wandering on your property, you should know that's a possibility. It's time to end this, bro. Don't give them the possibility of
depends.
hurting your loved ones, bro.
It depends. It depends where they're at. If they're next to someone, yeah, you can go ahead and aim them with whatever type of,
I'm not
artillery
saying
weapon
right
or-
now. Right now, you would call the police or something.
No,
But
I'm
I'm saying
talking
there
about
is
the
no
situation,
police.
of course.
Okay.
I'm talking about that,
You see somebody
post-apocalyptic.
wandering around, you're like,
Yeah, let's say
I'm
there's
gonna
a
give it a
fallout.
chance.
Let's say Russia
hey
already.
neighbor.
Let's
how
say
you
Russia
doing?
already threw their nuke, and we're all on the fallout. We're all just trying to survive.
Yeah, most states turn off all their grids for temporarily
Exactly.
to make sure that there's no more danger coming. Right,
Yep.
right. That's most likely what would happen. So
Yeah.
you would be willing to like let strangers wander around the property and be
Aiming,
like,
everyone aiming with them. Yeah, everyone aiming at them. Let's go. I don't really think they're going to come back or wander, but if they're just going to be wandering around, like, yeah, la la la, let's see what these guys got here. Single person, that's different. You're gonna want to question them on what they're doing, what exactly their objective is to be there. Of course, it's gonna be for them to survive.
But think about it. Think about again. I understand where you're coming from, but I think you're failing to understand that in your scenario, you're imagining the way the world is right now. Hey neighbor, I don't know what you're doing here. This isn't your property.
No.
Can I help you?
No,
Well, what are you
not
doing?
like that. Not like that.
Like, how would you question them then? Because what makes you think they're going to stand there and talk to you? Like, hey, I just I want to
Or
borrow
you're
some
saying
food.
you're saying they're just going to come across and start, walking.
But
around
that's
and
what.
stuff.
But you don't know their intentions.
Exactly.
Because if I didn't know you, bro, okay, bro.
Look.
If I didn't know you and I was just walking by, right, and I saw your property, and you'd be like, "Hey, hey, stranger, what are you doing here?" And I'm like, "Oh no, I'm boom, you're done, bro."
Dude,
I
it's
know
literally-
your
yeah,
shit.
no one's gonna. Yeah, that's in that scenario, of course. But what I'm saying is, if the person has, I'm thinking of the scenario that this guy put down earlier. If you're just walking around with no gun on your head and just snooping around, I'm not gonna freaking shoot you.
But how do you know he doesn't have a gun?
Bro,
What if it's someone that needs
You
help?
don't,
You don't
bro.
know that.
You don't have to be deadly with. You don't need a gun to be deadly.
That's not me though.
I mean,
If someone, look, if this person is actually trying to put down someone that I know, or they have a weapon,
Mhm.
and they're coming into our territory dangerous, then that's a whole different thing. That's a whole different scenario.
Oh boy, dude, that's such a dangerous way to think about things, bro.
it is, and I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, bro, you would not be on my team.
That's fine. That's fine.
Dude,
we all have.
I don't think I
just
could have you on my
just-
team either,
we
bro.
all have our
Just by,
preferences and references, man.
That's true, dude.
Sir.
Bro, just
This is why opinions come into handy.
Absolutely, dude. I could not have that in my group though.
That's
because
fine.
now
That's
how
fine.
now how can I
Nothing
trust?
wrong with
Because
I can't trust your judgment anymore.
right,
You're
how
not
can
even
I-
thinking
how
about
can
the
I trust-
possibilities.
bro. Because now how can I trust you if I'm asleep? How would I trust you? Like, okay, like
He's gonna listen
do
to a stranger and go, he
Right.
needed food. I'm like, dude, he just murdered half the group.
Okay, look, I'm gonna put an example what Z right here is imagining. Imagine a family comes in, right? They have their kids and stuff. They just come to our territory, boom, 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 shoot them all.
Absolutely.
That's what this guy's trying to think.
100%.
You're not even gonna give
I
him a
would-
chance.
bro,
You're not even gonna chance.
No
Bro,
chance. No
That
chance.
is
Bro,
straight up
bro,
murder, man.
bro,
100%,
listen
bro.
here.
I will not want
bro,
to
bro,
associate
bro,
with you at all.
bro,
Anyway.
bro,
100%.
listen here. I would turn the family away. Why? Because a man, a mother, and a father
what they would do
at the
for the
most
kids?
I would give 'em-
at the most desperate they are to feed their children are gonna do whatever it takes to feed their children.
Look,
100%.
Bro,
it's fine.
and listen,
And that's fine.
And that's the hard part about it though, is because like they have a family, bro. All right,
Nothing
and
wrong with that.
you're trying to help them out. What makes you think that they're trying to help you out, help them out?
Look, if you see them empty-handed, me personally, I would give them a warning and tell them to step away, or else they're gonna get shot.
But you don't know if they're alone. You don't know if they have another crew. What if
Bro, what your eye sees? What your eye sees?
That's
on
it.
it.
That's a bit trickery. I can trick somebody with their IC. I can literally hide somewhere and send someone else out. I can hide. I know that if I'm capable of this, they're capable of it too. I'm not gonna risk it, dude.
You go
I'm not
out
gonna
there.
risk the
You
life of
go
my
out there.
wife, my
You're
children.
gonna be like, okay, my girlfriend and my 2 kids. Okay, you guys go out there. I'm gonna be hiding in the bushes. Little does he know that I have 2 other people
Yeah,
with me.
because
and
you
now
know
I'm looking at
people
his.
feel bad for a
now,
woman and
now,
children. They're
Now
gonna,
I'm looking now exactly. That's why I send them
you're
out
gonna
there.
use them as bait,
And
dude.
now I'm looking. Okay, let me see how his fortress is held down. I'm like, okay, how many people does he have in the front?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, it's just him. All right, I'm like, let's see how he acts. I'm like, okay, maybe, okay, like I can probably take him out. Go in there, boom, take him out. If not, like, bro, it's just I get how you're trying to think, but you're trying to think about like
I've seen too much Walking Dead. I think that's my problem. I see too much Game of Thrones, too much of like what
I
people,
think you guys are going based off of too many
and
movies.
history. I've seen too much
no,
history.
bro. It's just like
that's what they did to the
like-
German army, dude. They
like-
they allowed people in. Like, come on, we're here for
Well, that's
the most
because martial law was in
bro.
effect.
The most dangerous.
this would be martial law. Dude.
One of the most dangerous people out there is a desperate mother and father trying to feed their children.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You
I
know,
agree.
and you just can't trust them, bro.
No, yeah, I agree. With
Like,
that.
What do you guys do?
If
I
you
see don't
wanted
have
to
a
be,
gun on
if
your
you
hand.
wanted to be cool, be like, hey, you know, like, okay, you guys are hungry. I'm gonna throw you guys some food. You got 10 seconds to get in and get the hell out.
If we look at the statistically realistic scenario here, in reality, to look at it to that extreme, you're probably looking at a scenario 2 to 3 years in a fallout with no government, no police involved, nothing.
1 week, bro.
Not
Look-
even a week.
Look, people
Yep,
killed each other
yep,
over
nope,
toilet paper,
nope,
and we still had
nope,
law. We
yep.
had television.
Ain't nobody,
Bro, 1 week.
ain't nobody killed themselves
Yes,
over toilet
they
paper.
died over toilet paper. They got trampled
Nobody.
on. Dude, people died.
They got hurt, but they
think
didn't.
about this.
They didn't kill each other for toilet paper.
Okay, just last week there was October.
Bro,
wait,
they killed people
lazy talk.
they killed people in line for a freaking chicken sandwich at Popeyes, bro.
Wait a minute. Wait,
Come on.
Let's go beyond that. Without a gun, you know what happened recently in South Korea?
Go for it.
150 people
Oh,
died.
the
stampede.
Yep.
Bro, they weren't hungry. They had power. They had police. They had electricity, and they killed each other just by being rude to each other, by not being able to give each other enough room to walk. They didn't have to do that. It was an accident, but 150 people just died from it. Can you imagine if food was on the line? Can you imagine if other scenarios? Dude, to be, oh my! I wish the world was that like kind, but that's not the.
If it was a romanticized reality, cool.
If it was
But
Marvel,
it's not.
maybe a superhero comes
It's
like,
not.
I got your
Like-
back.
Like you said, a week, bro. Look at what happened during exactly as soon as we shut down the COVID. Bro, that's when all like everybody went crazy. As soon as they heard about COVID, that's when shit went crazy, bro. Like so many long lines, bro. How long didn't we have food for? You know, like all the stores were empty and shit like that, right? Now imagine that, and that's only because the government shut us down for quote unquote
But
2 weeks.
Korea's a perfect example. There was no weapons involved. There was, again, it was normal society, but all they were just too rude. They were thinking of themselves.
Bro,
experts say, even when you look at the scenarios from the street cameras, all they had to do is stop moving and then separate, and everybody would survive. But 150 people died because they were so stuck in themselves. Like, I have to move. My bro, that's how people are. That's what people really are. You put that in the woods, dude, it's done. I don't care, dude.
Go for it. You wasn't.
No, I wasn't gonna say that.
And like, no, because like we get
How long do you expect
we
to
get
survive?
we get your point of
Wait.
view because
Wait,
How long
look,
would you
look.
expect to
It's
survive?
because you guys have an idea. You guys are from the Central Valley. You guys have never even been in the countryside. Have you guys ever been to a true countryside
Yes.
of the U.S.?
yes,
Name a part.
Mexico. I've been in Mexico. I've been in rural Mexico.
Been in
Okay.
Mexico. I've been
Alex?
to the Mojave Desert. I've been to Gilroy Valley, which is all by itself and out in the country on its own.
Well, that's mostly a desert.
Well, yeah, that's the country. That's by itself. We've also been to Friant. Friant here is all countries all by itself.
So, if you can actually survive out there, and you're actually given the opportunity to actually live out there, what would you do? What is the first thing you would do in that empty land?
Hunker down.
Hunker down, yeah.
And
Protect
how?
it.
In what way?
I would have food, have weapons, have things that I need to do to protect myself. First,
Right there and there in front, in an empty void field that
Yeah.
anyone can shoot you in any range with a sniper.
yeah, I would create some separation. I'd have
Very smart. Go into Trunks. Trunks, what would you do?
I basically same thing. Hunker
his
down.
name is
And
demonic.
it's demonic Trunks.
Oh, demonic. My bad.
Bro, he said I look, bro. Okay, he complimented me. I look like Trunks.
Come on,
All
he
right.
looks like Trunks, man. Come
That's
on.
right. You're right.
Give him a shot. give him a
Bro,
shot.
I sliced Vegeta, homie. Come on.
One time.
If I lived out in the country and basically all hunker down, all that right there, I would basically hunker down. Like, yeah, I get it. Like you said,
But what would you do? What would you do in the empty void land? What would you do?
hunker down, be in my area, be 24/7 surveillance. Like,
Elaborate.
that's what I'm telling you, checking out everything. Like, I would,
If I'm in the mountain, or anyone has a scope, they can easily shoot you down.
and
would
I
you
can. Okay, yeah, I get you, right?
So
But
what do
now
you do?
you're acting like I'm not also watching my window and my scope, looking out in the
Yeah,
void.
just the gun up, pointing on the side, just.
I
looking
know,
around.
I know my area more than you know my area.
It depends. If you're from the countryside,
And that's what I'm telling
the
you.
person
No,
from that area
bro,
is gonna
that's
know
what
your territory.
that's what you're telling us. You're saying that we live there. That's if we live there, we
Yeah,
know our
we'd
territory.
survey
No,
our
I'm
area.
saying you guys traveling to that side because you guys are saying
Bro, I
you
told
guys
you.
would go.
No,
out
no,
there.
no, 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 no. I did it.
Yes, you guys
I
are
did it.
saying you guys would go out there.
No, 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 no.
Yes,
What did I
sir.
say?
Yes,
Z,
sir.
what did
He
I
would
say?
hunker down. He said
I
he
would
wouldn't go
hunker
there.
down. I told you I'm not going anywhere. I told you I'm gonna hunker down.
So you would stay here
I would stay here.
in your home.
Yes.
Okay, that's different. So I'll just.
That's what I told you. That's what I said. I'm not going out to another area that I don't know.
That's good. That's good.
Z said he's going out somewhere.
All right, Z,
I'm not.
I would, yeah.
Z, where would you go then? Anywhere you would go, where would you go? Me personally, I would choose a forest, a big fat forest, because
Big fat juicy
Oh.
thick forest.
whatever he said.
3 C's forest.
I
Whatever
would.
You gotta
was.
walk on a machete, cut that shit down.
I
There
would
you
try
go.
to. The first thing I would do
Gator.
is whatever contact lines are still available. I would try to get a hold of some of the people that I know. I wouldn't go there in person. If I can't get a hold of them, that's it. This is the group I'm dealing with. I'm grabbing my weapons, my ammunition, and I'm gonna plot out a road or at least a location. And I have a few in mind, but I'm not gonna say them out on the air. But there's a few spots that I know that are not inhabited too fully. I would gear up. I would take all the clothes that I can for warm and for
and
heat.
you have the best case scenario because you have no children. So your odds are
It's just us two.
and that's why now you can kind of see where I'm saying hunker down because I have small kids.
Yeah, you can't take them with because they'll
Exactly.
be crying, they'll be making
Exactly.
noise, and then you don't know where you're
Yep.
gonna be.
And
yeah.
that's now my scenario why I'm saying I would hunker down.
Yeah, but you're gonna hear a lot of crying all over the place, so they're gonna give away their position pretty
Right.
quickly.
Exactly.
Because you know what? One of the things, like, I know video games is not it's not real life, but if you play any battle royale game and you try to be friendly with people, if you just stop and drop your gun, you know what they're gonna do?
Like you're done.
Yeah, you're trying to be
You
friendly.
gotta try to communicate with them. Like, so bro, if I see you
you gotta shoot a little smiley face on the ground,
right? If I see you in my scope and you're right there just teabagging the air, I'm like, oh no, he's a friendly.
and then bam, you get shot.
Yeah.
Like, damn, damn it, I gotta go to another lobby and do it again.
Yeah, no. So in my case scenario, like I said, that's why I would hunker down. I have 2 small children, and knowing them.
But again, like with him, with French, I love that he wants to be polite. He wants to be nice to people.
you
wants
see
to
the
be
humanity
reasonable.
in him.
He's a good person, but he's not. You know how there's people for peace and there's people for war. There's the nice people are not made for war. The war people are not made for peace because they're always thinking about war. Like the military people that we have now that are planning what's going to happen in the next couple months if a nuclear war is even like
You know
if
what?
can even
Oh,
smell
bro.
it.
So
They're
you know
planning for that.
Listen.
Meanwhile, the people at peace are like,
You know what-
Let's
you know
not
what-
do it.
you know what I
Which is
just-
the right way to do it.
You know what I just noticed right now?
But the war people were going to win.
You know
out.
what I just noticed right now?
What happened?
Notice how it's a lot of people that are not in city living that already think about this kind of scenario, but it's more city people that are like, no, we try to see the good in humanity, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. But that's what
true.
that's what I just
That's
saw
so
right now.
true. The people that live in the country right now in this peacetime, they're thinking about all the horrible things that are going to happen. And during wartime, they're going to be thinking about like, let's try to make peace because they know they need the danger. But the people in the towns are going to be hoping for peace because now
Right.
they know they're face to face.
And that's not cutting anything against you because like that's a way a lot of people think.
And that's a
You
good
know, but-
Christian way to think about it. Too. That's a good, like, beautiful way to always want peace. But bro, at the end of the day, even through biblical times and historical times, it did not fare well. When the Assyrians
No,
attacked,
for sure. There's nothing wrong with self-defense.
when Assyrians
There's
attacked
nothing wrong with
Jerusalem, they
self-defense.
murdered tons of people. When the Babylonians attacked Jerusalem, it was done. Unless you escaped or unless you found a way to like survive, it was done for you. It was done for you and your family, your whole lineage. And sometimes if they found you as a coward, your own people would take you out.
Yeah, for sure. There's nothing wrong with that either.
So I think your way of looking at things is very beautiful. It is. It's a very kind, it's a very reasonable way to do things.
Well, I didn't really elaborate on my concept, but you guys are
Oh,
really
my
just
bad.
going solely based off of what I said in the beginning. But
I
yeah.
guess we're attacking you without trying to attack you because your way of thinking would get you killed within the first like 5
We
minutes.
don't want
of
you to
knowing
think that way
somebody.
because we don't want it to kill you.
Not really. In my opinion, I think you guys would get killed easily because I have my own survival where no one would find me. You guys would get
But
fined.
what about your
easily.
family?
He's
You
right there.
are you gonna-
You guys
Wait,
would get
wait, wait,
fined.
wait.
I'm
He's
not
right-
gonna get
He's
fined.
right
Wait,
there in
wait,
his
wait,
Mustang.
wait,
He's like,
wait.
"Rum, rum, rum, rum." Nobody's gonna hear me. Rum, 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 rum,
I'm
rum, rum.
out, bro. I am out.
Okay,
No,
but
no, go.
but wait, so you would be by yourself then?
Me personally, I feel like I would be better off with a smaller group of 2. That's it. Me,
Just you
myself,
And a guy, a friend, a girl, or
whoever it is. I feel like,
But do you
if
think-
anything, I would be better off alone because you don't have to worry about anyone else. You don't have to
Absolutely.
care about anyone else. So yeah, I would feel like I would be better off alone.
Absolutely.
For
Because
sure.
if you had a group, and that's part of what I was saying earlier, if you had a group with you, you have to trust them. You have to know that in the time of dangerous moments, they're willing to stay shut up. Yeah, I'm trying to cause my. You need to make sure they're going to be quiet.
Yeah.
You need to make sure that they can handle high stress.
Mm-hmm.
And just like any workout or something, that you need to know they don't give up. Like you're hiking from one place to another because you're trying to survive, and they're like, "I'm tired. Let's take a break." Like, dude, this is not the time to take a break. There's like people out there with
You
guns.
have the night shift. Your ass better stay up.
Dude, you have to be very careful. You have to be vigilant. And if you're by yourself, I mean, I guess it's really safe because you don't take up a lot of space. But
Yeah.
I don't know if you have enough food, and you're not probably
But
gonna have any weapons.
we're only going off of this of what you've told us, the little information you gave us, because you said that you believe in giving people second chances, right? So I just by what you're telling us is I know I can pass by you and I'm gonna be cool. Why? Because like as long as you don't see a weapon that on me, because I'm not gonna be advertising
people
that
over
weapon.
dice right now. So
Well,
I mean, imagine.
Supposedly,
it
supposedly
depends.
dice.
It
Supposedly
depends.
dice.
If you're in an empty field, it's different. If you're in a place where you're surrounded by trees, you can easily be ambushed, and that's where you want to be careful.
Yeah.
You know, so you want to take a lot of things in consideration. A lot of context is missing. You know,
Damn,
so
those old veterans that came back from Afghanistan, you're gonna make them friends.
Right.
there you go, Gator. But no, yeah, for sure, definitely.
All I know is that after this right here, I'm definitely gonna go stock up on more freaking food.
There you go.
Jeez,
Get some anti-radiation pills too in there.
So I know this was like a heavier episode than normal. I think next time we'll probably joke more about the hentai. But this time, I just wanted to ask because I know that we don't know what things will happen. But the few things that we did talk about earlier on in the pandemic, that when the pandemic ended, we knew we'd have a recession. We knew that there would be a war started, and I told you guys that, right?
Yep. No, you really literally go back on the episodes and you I'll give you credit. You did say there will be a war.
Because that's the only way you can make money.
You said
that's
yep.
the only way, dude. Every time that, again, let's review real quick before we end. Think about 2000. In the year 2000, there was the horrible .com bubble crash. Everyone lost money. Okay.
Uh-huh.
The country needed to produce funds. What did they do? In 2001, only a year later, we had 9/11. Right?
Yep.
8 years later, we're doing much better. We're having the next crash, which was the housing bubble.
Yep.
In 2008. What did you do? What did the country need to do? They needed to create funds. They needed to create a way to create stability.
Operation Iraqi Freedom.
In 2009, they attack and they take all the poppy fields. All of a sudden,
hey, no, we gave them freedom, bro.
That's right. We gave them freedom and we took their poppy fields. And all of a sudden, there was an opioid epidemic everywhere in the world at the same time.
But
Weirdly
they got
enough,
freedom.
but they got freedom. And that restored our economy for a time being. Then we have the next collapse, which was the time of COVID. We printed out money and now it's running thin. We know that it almost feels, and I'm not going to make him look like a victim. I won't do that. But it almost feels like Putin was baited into like attacking, right? Because the Ukraine talks about them entering NATO.
No, but he's been attacking though. It's not the first time.
It wasn't the first time. He was consistently doing it.
He's attacked under Obama. He's attacked. He's been attacking. It's not the first time.
Oh, absolutely. But okay, bats happen.
It's one of the major times. Like it's like an actual like holy shit time. But
the problem is that they should have had some negotiations in order to avoid the scale of confrontation that's happening now. That didn't happen. So it looks like they also didn't think that he would continue fighting. He thought he would pull out, he would lose some money and maybe loosen his grip on oil and make it cheaper. They were expecting a positive outcome. Like he'd be like, oh, no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Oh, I'm bad. All right. Oh, you guys can keep that. We keep this. Let's make a new deal when it comes to oil and we'll be good. That's what the expected outcome seems to have been. Instead, now he's doubled down because Russians never back down.
Yep.
We know Russian roulette came from them because of that same reason.
Yep.
They'll take it. They'll take the chances. Now, if they go to war, there's a good chance that the nukes that they launch will kill lots of people, but at the end, Russia would be destroyed. The problem is, though, if Russia goes to war, this is the only opportunity a nation like China will have to keep their power. Because if Russia goes down, they have nobody else. They're by themselves now, pretty much.
Oh, you know China's going to capitalize on that.
So China, as much as they say we will go to war if what I can't do the voice, but
no, try it again. That was perfect.
No. So if this happens, North Korea will attack South Korea and maybe Japan. China will for sure attack Taiwan, and maybe try to bundle up with India to attack, the Middle East and try to keep America at bay. Basically attack all of America's allies all at once.
Right.
This is like the most likely scenario. There's 100% chance in my mind, and maybe I'm crazy for thinking that America would come out successful. America will trump all of them. It would be a tough fight, but they would win. I think America would take out all the other countries.
No, we would win in a
But
heartbeat.
the problem is you have to realize it's going to be destable martial law for sure.
Oh yeah,
in all the states
for sure.
There's going to be people killing each other 100%. And during that entire blackout period, America's fighting a couple wars in different fronts, but so are they. So they're fighting the blackout periods on their side too. Because the one thing we know is that if nukes get launched, everyone shuts down their grids.
Yep.
Because if you don't do that, the nuke can permanently destroy the power grid.
What was it?
So you need to shut them all down.
What was it, like 10, 15 minutes as soon as you get the alert?
You get about, well, with the slow nukes, you get 15 minutes. With one of the faster nukes that they have now that can deliver a payload about, 100 times the size of Nagasaki, you're looking at 5 to 10 minutes most.
Yep.
In 5 to 10 minutes, you have to shut down everything, because if it lands 3 miles away, 100 miles away from where you're at, your stuff could be out forever.
Yep.
You have to reconstruct the whole power grid, and that's going to keep you debilitated.
Yep.
So if that happens, every nation in the world shuts off power. Everyone has martial law, and the countries that can still be in the command room controlling that, they're the ones that are going to win. America's already set up for this. This whole thing, so they have full power. I don't think China
they already know.
But all the people that will die, people that will die.
No, they know it's gonna be mass casualties. They know. They already ran through this a lot right here,
dude. Operation Northwind's like in the 1970s. They were willing to lose Chicago. They were willing to lose Detroit. They were willing to lose New York.
Oh yeah,
they were ready for it. Like if we lose at maximum, they were talking to John F. Kennedy. At maximum, we're looking at losing like 100 million people.
Mm-hmm.
But on the bright side, we'll take down Russia.
Yeah.
So we're going to be the most dominant power forever. They were ready for that trade back then. Nowadays, with more technology, with more time to plan, and more knowledge of what their capabilities are, I think they're even more willing to do it. I hope it never comes to war. I hope they all come to an agreement, a peaceful agreement, and they hug it out. And they're just like, let's reach a logical conclusion so we can all survive. But it doesn't seem likely, dude. And I'm saying this now in the year 2022. So I might not even be us. I know that's right.
I don't know. Who knows?
I don't know, man.
It could escalate a little bit more. It could go a little bit more, and eventually go some sort of peace and security. But
yeah, peace and security is America winning, and I don't think America would lose. They have to win.
Yeah,
right.
It's written.
Well, just with that, and my final thoughts are going to be, guys, do not rely on any form of government to come protect you guys. Have food, have water, have an emergency plan, have a source of power. Know what you're going to do in an emergency case scenario, because remember, when
next time we'll talk about armpits and why they have hair.
Exactly. When seconds matter, nobody's coming for you.
Yep.
You are here to defend yourself, defend your property, defend your loved ones. Food, water, look it up. There's, if you wanted it, on the government's website, on what is it, like FEMA, you can download download one of the lists of what it has, like the food, batteries, all that kind of stuff right there. Like make a escape plan if you need to, make a plan for hunkering down if you need to. Just know that you have to be prepared for anything and everything, because something will happen eventually.
Can I say something real quick?
Go for it.
Please love and care for each other. Be kind, be loving, give everyone a chance, and be secure with everybody. Try to make friendships, try to make bonds, get to know the people around you, your neighbors, as much as you can now. So when that time comes, you guys can combine together as a community, as a tribe, and help each other out. But if you can get to know them now and realize you can't trust them, just be kind to them. Because when that day happens, that's it, dude.
Right, exactly. Well, guys, thank you for listening to this episode of Preferences and References.
Wait. So any last words from
Nuclear Edition? Frenchie, any last words?
That's it, man. Everyone, take care. Enjoy the rest of your day, okay, guys? It was a blast.
We'll catch you guys on the next one. Thank you for listening to Preferences and References. And we'll catch you guys later. Peace.
Take care.
Peace. Unless it's a nuclear war.
Gator.